back at Stellar Field as Bowling Green looks to continue their 4-game winning streak as they welcome in the Miami of Ohio Redhawks here today. Miami coming in hot as well. This is going to be a battle between two of the powerhouses in the Mid-American Conference this year, 1 and 2 in the standings. Tyler Kamlitz alongside Coyle Withrow here for you with this one. Good to have you on the broadcast, Coyle.
Yeah, it's the first one. Excited.
Definitely is. So before we go any further, I want to first thank everyone who donated to the Falcon Media Fund for BGSU One Day. That wrapped up yesterday, and we were able to raise a good amount of money, reach our goals that will help us continue to be the gold standard for student media coverage. So I want to give a huge shout out to everyone that either shared anything related to that or was generous enough to offer some support and donations for us with that. Just want to thank everyone for all of that. But with the game here today, Coyle, like I said, this is 1 and 2 in the Mid-American Conference with Bowling Green, Miami of Ohio, both teams 10 and 2 in the MAC. BG has the advantage with the overall record, but these are two teams that really seem evenly matched when you look on paper.
Yeah, you look at the overall MAC statistics, it's 1-2 BG Miami. Flip them either way, 1-2-3. Pretty much up and down the board.
Definitely is. Bowling Green, a .741 winning percentage, tied for 28th in the country. They've won 15 of their last 17 games. Miami of Ohio has not lost a MAC series this season. They won 2 out of 3 against Toledo and Eastern Michigan before sweeping Northern Illinois and Western Michigan. And when you look at those stats like you were talking about, let's first look over at this Miami team a little bit. First in the MAC, Coyle, in home runs with 44. First in the MAC with a .527 slugging percentage. First in the MAC with a .434 on-base percentage. And first in the MAC with 168 walks drawn. They're also second in the conference with a .308 batting average, 247 runs scored in 10 triples. Flat out, this Miami team just knows how to hit up and down the lineup.
Yeah, their first baseman, Evan Applewick, leads the MAC in home runs, RBIs, slugging, on base, second in runs, and then second in walks. That's, complete guy at the plate. Kind of got to figure it out.
Definitely. And when you look at this Miami team, something that really stuck out to me, I told you this off air, Miami has 8 qualified batters right now when you look on their statistics page. 7 of those 8 batters for the Redhawks have an OPS over 1,000.
That's, as a baseball player, that's an insane stat. That is, if you're above 1,000, that's a good season, let alone 7 of your 8 guys.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. We'll see how long it can hold up with Miami, but they are off to a tremendous offensive start. Their pitching's been a little interesting. It's kind of hard to get a read on it because it hasn't been the most consistent. It's probably the main reason when you look at them why they are 15 and 13 overall. You look at their ERA, it's .787. That's the 3rd worst in the MAC. But then you look at their opponent batting average, they're holding opponents to .284, which is the 2nd best mark in the MAC. So it's kind of polar opposites there that you would think usually line up, and for this Miami team, it doesn't.
Yeah, look at their starter for today, Cooper Katsky. He's running the lowest opposing batting average in the MAC at 192. He's 4th in ERA, 2nd runs allowed. You look at the rest of their guys, the numbers don't really totally make sense.
Yeah.
Especially for a team that's like 10 and 2 in the MAC. Right now, 1st and 2nd. It's a little bit of a disparity there.
It's definitely an offensive-driven team, which is going to be interesting as we see the wind blowing in a little bit here today. We'll get more to that in a few minutes. Let's switch over real quick to this Bowling Green team, Coyle. I mentioned 15 out of 17 they've won. Over the past 2 seasons, Bowling Green is 34-8 in MAC play in the regular season, a ridiculous mark. And they have a chance here this weekend if we do play all 3 games. If they do get a sweep over Miami, it would move them to 23-7 on the season, which would match the best record through 30 games in program history, tying the 1977 team.
think 1977. That was, when my parents were born and I'm now in college. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
It kind of shows the testament to what Coach Alex is doing down there in the dugout, just keeping the good things good and keeping it rolling from year to year.
And it's a little interesting when looking at the Bowling Green statistics because you see 4th in batting average, 4th in on-base percentage, 6th in slugging. The power's a little down from last year. I think a lot of people expected that, though, when you lose guys like Nathan Archer, Tyler Ross, big hitters like that, Jack Krause. You lose a lot of those big guys, Leighton Banjoff. But it's hard to get a read on kind of everything else because you've only played 27 games. That's middle of the pack in the MAC. But what you can tell with this Bowling Green team is that they are a hard one to get 27 outs on. You look at these numbers. For Bowling Green, they have scored 37.4% of their runs in the 7th inning or later. They have a plus 15 run differential after 7th inning on. When you look at their wins specifically, 40.8% of those runs coming 7th inning or later in a plus 35 run differential 7th inning and on in wins for Bowling Green.
Yeah, and I think that's one of my keys to the weekend for Bowling Green is just be the team that gets 27 outs first. If you keep the ball on the ground, get 27 outs, it's going to be a good weekend, especially since you know your offense will come through in the 7th, 8th, bottom 9. It's not really something you're going to have to – it's been consistent all year, or day in, day out. Come out, force them to get you out 27 times.
Let's look over these batting orders real quick for these teams. Still have a few minutes. Coach is meeting at home plate right now. Before we get into that real quick, though, field, as you mentioned when you got here off air, it looks decently good here today. It doesn't really seem like it's too waterlogged, which is a very good sign to see.
Yeah, coming off of the rain we had Wednesday night that canceled our midweek up at Michigan State, I was expecting the field.
Which has still been postponed. They're still going to try to reschedule that.
Getting I think it said 3 inches of rain in 12 hours. Yeah. Looking at pictures of the golf course down there in town, it's totally underwater versus here. Just looks like it took a sprinkler to it. Looks pretty good.
Does not look bad at all. So for Miami, they're going to lead off with Dylan Baker. He's going to be the senior shortstop. Ty Badusic is batting second. He's a senior designated hitter. Evan Applewick bats third, junior first baseman. Anthony Zarlingo bats cleanup, senior center fielder. David Novak, senior catcher, bats fifth. Dominic Krupinski, sophomore third baseman in the 6th hole. Ryan Novak, sophomore left fielder, bats 7th. Tommy Harrison, junior right fielder, bats 8th. Blake Buzzio, senior second baseman, bats 9th, rounding out their order. Cooper Katsky is on the mound, the junior right-hander. We'll get more into him when he takes the mound for the Redhawks. For Bowling Green, they're going to go with a pretty familiar lineup, especially the top half to what we've seen recently. TJ Tackett's still in there in that leadoff spot for the Falcons, sophomore center fielder. Garrett Wright, the sophomore catcher, bats second. 2 sophomores leading off for Bowling Green. There's actually 3 in the top 4 here today. DJ Newman, junior left fielder today. Newman, who's been the designated hitter all season long. He did play some left field his freshman year. He's going to be back out there today. Usually the Friday starter, but he takes a field position here today for this one. Brady Birchmeyer's that all the other sophomore in the lineup I was talking about. He bats cleanup, the first baseman. Sam Seidel, junior second baseman, bats 5th. Caden Parker, senior right fielder, bats 6th. Coop McKenzie, designated hitter today for the Falcons, junior, bats 7th. Braden Curlis, the freshman, gets the start at third base in the 8th hole. And Gunnar Antillion, the senior shortstop, rounds out the order, batting 9th. So before we have, actually we will go right into the national anthem here in a few seconds. So we'll take a quick break. Actually, they're not going out just yet. They're kind of confusing us. Let's see if we have time to fit this in before we go to break. What's going to be your keys to the game, Coyle, here today between Bowling Green and Miami, real quick?
Like I said, be very hard to make them get 27 outs. Keep the ball rolling. Keep the stick passing. Pass it along. Keep the guys coming up as quick as possible.
So the Falcons do now take the field. We'll take a break as we head to the national anthem here at Stellar Field. You're listening to BGSU Baseball right here on Falcon Radio. When we come back, we'll have first pitch between the Falcons and the Redhawks.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
This is Phil Beskid, BGSU Radio Faculty Advisor. You can catch all the Falcon Media Sports Network broadcasts on our two stations, WBGU 88.1 FM and Falcon Radio, which can both be found on bgfalconmedia.com. I Ziggy.
Falcon baseball begins a 3-game series against Miami of Ohio on Friday, April 4th.
Falcon Media. Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
Nearly ready here for game one of two doubleheader today at Stellar Field between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio. Tyler Camlitz alongside Coyle Withrow from the Falcon Media Sports Network here with you for this one. Once again, the batting order for Miami of Ohio. It's Dylan Baker leading off, Ty Badosic batting second, Evan Applwick third, Anthony Zarlingo bats cleanup, David Novak bats fifth, Dominic Krupinski bats sixth, Ryan Novak batting seventh, Tommy Harrison in the 8-hole, Blake Buzzio batting ninth. On the mound for Bowling Green, it's going to be Jacob Turner. Turner is a junior right-hander, 5'11", 197, from St. Clair, Michigan. Went to St. Clair High School. He was ranked the number 9 right-handed pitcher in high school in the state of Michigan by PBR. He is 2-1 on the season, a 739 earned run average. He's thrown 28 innings, 8 games pitched. This will be his 9th and his 6th start. He's struck out, 23 and walked 4. 10 doubles, 8 home runs allowed, a 347 batting average against him. Garrett Wright behind the plate. That's the battery for the Falcons. Garrett Wright, Jacob Turner. Brady Birchmeyer over at first. Sam Seidel at second. Gunnar Antillion at short. Braden Curlis at third. Outfield left to right, DJ Newman, TJ Tackett, and Caden Parker.
You know, it's nice to see DJ getting that start out there in left. It's not something, it's not happened very often this year.
It'll be very interesting to see him out there in left field. I haven't seen it this year. Umpiring crew today, Donald Smith behind the plate, Joshua McNally over at first, and Lou Kammermeyer is over at third. Dylan Baker will lead things off for Miami.
Leading off the top of the first for the Red Hawks, the shortstop, Dylan Baker.
Weather here at first pitch going to be 50 degrees, 13-mile-per-hour winds blowing slightly in towards the Bowling Green dugout, third base side. First pitch of the day, a big swing and a miss by Dylan Baker. And we're underway at 10:59 here at Stellar Field. Turner from the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Right down the middle, 0-2, 2 fastballs. Starting out Baker, and he's ahead of him. Turner with a good fastball, powerlifting state medalist and 2-time cross-country finalist in high school. The 0-2 pitch from him. Tried to get Baker to chase down and outside. Baker held up, will do it at 1-2. Turner working at a fast pace to start this one. The 1-2 pitch off speed misses down and outside for a ball, 2-2. Baker batting .310 this season. Went 0 for 3 on Tuesday in Miami's loss to Cincinnati. Walked, was hit by a pitch, and struck out 2 times. The 2-2 pitch from Turner. This one swung on, fouled off to the right side. Baker in his 3rd season for Miami. Played the 2022 season for College of the Desert. Once again, the 2-2 pitch from Jacob Turner. Swing and a miss on the off-speed. Turner's first down of the day is a swinging strikeout. And that'll bring up Ty Badosic.
Badosic is a guy that doesn't strike out often. The lowest amount of strikeouts in Miami's starting lineup with only 6 all year. One of the highest, I think the second highest in their current batting angle in their lineup and on base. So
You are correct on that. 493 on base percentage for him. Fastball misses just outside by Jacob Turner. 4 left-handers in the lineup today for Miami of Ohio. This is one of them. Swing, and this one driven up the middle. Sliding stop by Sam Seidel. The throw over to first. The stretch by Brady Birchmeyer. And they got him. What a play by Sam Seidel on the stretch by Birchmeyer at first.
that was a nice sliding backhand by Seidel. Getting, showing off the range a little bit there.
We've seen him make a few of those plays similar to that throughout this season. He's been excellent over at second. And that's a great way to start the game if you are Jacob Turner. But now stepping into the box is Evan Applewick. Looks at a first pitch fastball. Not exactly sure where it missed, but it is called a ball at the plate. Applewick, we touched on it pregame, has been dominant this season. This fastball also misses. 2-0. Applewick, I think, if the season ends today, it's probably the player of the year in the Mid-American Conference, in my opinion. 2-0 pitch from the windup by Turner. Through the fastball, down low. Count goes to 3-0. Applewick leads the MAC in OPS, home runs, RBIs, and slugging percentage, batting .346 on the season. He's hit 13 home runs and driven in 41. The 3-0 pitch from Turner, fastball down the middle for a strike. Right behind him, and runs batted in, is Brady Birchmeyer for Bowling Green. The 3-1 pitch by Turner, swinging this one, dribble to the left side, going to be fielded by Curlis at third. Jump throw across the diamond, and it's a 1-2-3 inning by Jacob Turner here in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Bowling Green coming up the bat for the first time today when we come back. You're listening to BGSU Baseball right here on Falcon Radio.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
BGSU women's tennis faces Toledo in the Battle of I-75 on Sunday, April 6th at 1 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Carter Leonard will have a recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
A 1-2-3 inning by Jacob Turner in the top of the first brings us to the bottom of the first. Bowling Green coming out to bat for the first time today. Once again, the batting order today for the Falcons. TJ Tackett leads it off. Garrett Wright bats second. DJ Newman batting third. Brady Birchmeyer fourth in the cleanup spot. Sam Seidel batting fifth. Caden Parker bats sixth. Cooper McKenzie, the designated hitter, bats seventh. Braden Curlis, the freshman, bats eighth. And Gunnar Antillion rounds it out, batting ninth. Pretty similar lineup to what we've come to be familiar with this Bowling Green team, Coyle.
Yeah, and it's nice to see, like I said earlier, be able to have DJ and McKenzie in the lineup.
Yeah.
Nice flexibility there by Coach Halleck. Still trying to move guys around, get the guys that are hot in the lineup, and keep them in the lineup.
Starting pitcher for Miami of Ohio is Cooper Katsky. Redshirt sophomore right-hander, 6'4", 215, from Greenwood Village, Colorado. Previously played at Indiana. He's 5-1 this season with a save to his name. 3.34 ERA, 29 and 2/3 innings pitched, 7 games pitched, and 1 start. This will be his 8th appearance and his 2nd start. 25 strikeouts, 11 walks. He's allowed just 2 doubles and 3 home runs, a 192 opponent batting average, and a 1.04 whip. DJ Tackett leads things off for Bowling Green. First pitch by Katsky gets a foul tip at the plate by Tackett into the back of the glove of Novak for the first strike. Working from the stretch is Katsky. His delivery off speed just misses inside for a ball. Katsky, last time out was March 28th against Western Michigan. He earned the win. 6 innings pitched, 4 runs, 8 hits, 7 strikeouts, and a walk. He allowed 2 doubles and a home run across 84 pitches. This one swung on and dribbled to the right side by Tackett. Fielding it is Applewick and tossing it over to Katsky at first, covering the bag for the first out of the inning. A 3-1 ground out by Tackett brings up Garrett Wright.
Yeah, and Tyler, I just want to point out something about their Miami's defensive alignment for Tackett.
Yeah.
Their third baseman was a solid 3 or 4 steps into the grass.
Definitely shading him to the right, too.
Yeah.
And Tackett's grounded right into it over there at first. I mean, Applewick had to be maybe 2-3 feet off that line.
Mm-hmm.
Garrett Wright steps into the box. Talk about someone having a tremendous season. Wright outperforming his MAC Freshman of the Year campaign so far. Check swing on an off-speed first pitch. Did not go round on the appeal to Joshua McNally over at first. They're playing Wright not that deep in the outfield.
No.
Pretty shallow and shading him pretty far to the right. Fastball catches the outside corner. Garrett Wright batting .417 this season with a .520 on base percentage, a .688 slugging percentage, and a 1.208 OPS. All of those leading Bowling Green. He's second in the MAC in OPS and third in the MAC in batting average. This one misses down and outside for a ball. 2-1. Currently riding a 15-game on-base streak is Garrett Wright, the sophomore from Massillon, Ohio. Katsky working at a very different pace than Jacob Turner. Turner very quick on the mound. Katsky takes his time. This one swung on and lined out to right center field. And going back to the right is Zarlingo. He makes the catch. Wright almost hit it over his head into the gap there. I am very interested as to how shallow they were playing Garrett Wright. He can't make him pay that time. It's going to be a fly out to center. That'll bring up DJ Newman.
Yeah, and just like we were discussing with Tackett, their center fielder was almost to the BG logo in right center field, and he had to go 10 steps to his left to make that catch.
Yeah. And they're almost shading DJ the exact same spot, maybe a little further to the right. As first pitch swinging, he pops this over to the right. Applewick and Harrison, the first baseman and right fielder, both chasing after it, but it goes out of play. Count will be 0-1 on DJ Newman. Newman batting .402 this season with a .486 on base percentage, OPS of 1.115. All 3 of those ranking second on this Bowling Green team. He's riding a 5-game hitting streak currently. 7 for 20 over the past 5 games for Newman. Off speed, beautiful. Catches the outside corner. Count goes to 0-2. Newman 4th in the MAC in batting average, 7th in the MAC on base percentage, 8th in the MAC in OPS. Katsky from the stretch. The 0-2 delivery, off speed, swung on and fouled to the back by DJ. He stays alive at the plate. Newman with 8 doubles, 4 home runs this season, 16 runs batted in. Four for 11 in the series against Central Michigan. with 3 runs batted in, a double and a home run. Swinging on this off speed, flies it out to right field. Coming in is Harrison as he drifts towards the line and makes the catch. So dual 1, 2, 3 innings by both starting pitchers to begin this one. We go to the top of the second. Tie 0-0 here between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio in the first of 2 games here today at Stellar Field. You're listening to BGSU Baseball right here on Falcon Radio.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconMedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, Tyler Kavlitz alongside Coyle Withrow from the Falcon Media Sports Network. Coyle, could be a pitcher's duel in store. We have a long ways to go before we find that out, but duel 1, 2, 3 innings by Jacob Turner and Katsky in the top and bottom of the first, respectively.
It's not something I expected coming into the weekend, especially with the team's both teams' offensive numbers.
It'll be 4, 5, 6 for Miami of Ohio. Anthony Zarlingo, David Novak, Dominic Krupinski. First pitch by Turner to Zarlingo in there for strikeout, side corner. Very fastball heavy to start these at-bats for Turner so far today. The 0-1 pitch, that also in there for a strike. Count goes to 0-2. Zarlingo leading Miami with a .389 batting average and a .532 on-base percentage. He's first in the MAC in on-base percentage. The 0-2 pitch from Turner. Swing and a miss, foul-tipped. Actually into the back of Garrett Wright's glove. Either way, it is a strikeout for Jacob Turner, his second of the game. And there's one out now in the top of the second.
It's coming right at him. Lead off fastballs. I don't believe he has one batter that didn't start off with a strike, if I remember correctly.
I believe you're correct on that. David Novak steps up to the plate. Novak was first team All-MAC as a designated hitter back in 2022. Been a few years, but he does have that pedigree with him. 1-0 count to start him after the first pitch by Turner missed outside. .324 this season for Novak. Check swing on a pitch inside. No appeal, he did not go. Count goes to 2-0. Novak went 3 for 3 on Tuesday against Cincinnati. Scored twice, drove in 2 runs. Hit a double, home run, and walked. This is 160th game as a Miami Red Hawk. Count now 3-0 on him. A career .296 hitter with 29 home runs and 125 career RBIs. Riding a 12-game hitting streak and gets a 4-pitch walk. Last one didn't miss by much. But it's a 4-pitch, 1-out walk by Jacob Turner to bring up Dominic Krupinski.
The third baseman, Dominic Krupinski.
Krupinski played the past 2 seasons at Indiana State, the junior utility player for Miami. Another one of the left-handed batters in the lineup. Fastball misses well outside. Nice stop by Garrett Wright behind the plate. Throw out the glove and catch that one. Now 5 straight balls by Jacob Turner on the mound. This one misses down and inside and pops up past Garrett Wright. And advancing to second is going to be David Novak. Nothing Wright could do on that one. Even if he had found that, no chance to keep Novak from advancing to second.
Yeah, it looked like Novak was a really short, primarily just caught off as soon as Turner started his motion by 5-6 steps.
2-0 pitch. Fastball fouled to the back. Count goes to 2-1. That is, as expected, officially ruled a wild pitch by Jacob Turner. 34th wild pitch of the season by Bowling Green, the most in the MAC. Foul tip at the plate. Count goes to 2-2. On deck is Ryan Novak. A stretch of 3 straight left-handed batters here for Miami. Turner from the stretch, the 2-2 pitch. This one grounded up the middle, fielded by Antillion at short. Sidearm throw to first to Birchmeyer. Gets Krapinski, but heads up base running. David Novak advances to third.
The left fielder, Ryan Novak.
Now 2 outs in the inning brings up Ryan Novak, the left-handed hitting left fielder. David Novak. No relation, slightly different pronunciations on the last name, which is spelled the same for both guys. He stands down 90 feet away from scoring at third base. First pitch just misses for Turner. Count starts 1-0. Ryan Novak batting .313 this season. This one also misses. A little bit down and outside. Count 2-0. Tight strike zone here for Jacob Turner in the top of the second. Novak, a patient hitter, set his high school single-season record for walks at 32. As this one down low, count goes to 3-0. Novak currently riding a 6-game hitting streak, batting .368 during the past 6 games, 7 for 19 at the plate. He's recorded a hit in 10 of the past 11 games, with 20 runs batted in the past 11 games. Fastball catches the outside corner. Count moves to 3-1 on Ryan Novak. Sophomore who has played the infield and outfield. The 3-1 pitch. Check swing at the plate. Gonna say he went around at the plate. And the count goes to 3-2. Full count with 2 outs. Runner on third for Miami here. Top of the second. Knotted 0-0. The payoff pitch from Turner just misses. Had to be just a bit low there by Turner. Could have missed by much. Crowd not liking the calls here so far today. May have a mound visit by Kyle Halleck. And we are going to have a mound visit here by Kyle Halleck. Calm down Jacob Turner on the mound. It's runners on first and third for Miami with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Knotted 0-0 between BG and MU.
I think it's nice to have Halleck come out for a mound visit there. Turner was, started off working fairly quickly just as the inning got on. Novak got the third. Still just that pace is moving a little bit too quickly, I think.
We talked about this off air. It sometimes seems when Turner likes to work quick on the mound, but it seems like when he's not throwing balls, he goes even faster.
Yeah.
Or when he's not throwing strikes, I should say, and is throwing balls. He tries to go faster on the mound to get himself out of it, and sometimes leads him into this. His pitch count up to 31 so far through an inning completed, and 2 outs here in the top of the second. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts on the day for Turner. Tommy Harrison, the batter, as Halleck makes his walk back to the dugout. Tommy Harrison batting 157 this season. Went 0 for 3 on Tuesday against Cincinnati with a strikeout. He struck out in 3 straight games, 6 of his past 7. First pitch by Turner, fastball in the outside corner for a strike. Harrison in the past 3 games is 0 for 8 with 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. He's recorded a hit in just 5 of his 18 games played this season. He struck out in 14 of those 18 games. The fastball down the middle by Turner has him down in the count 0-2. This is the batter for Turner to get out of the inning right here, right now. First and third for Miami. 0-2 count on Tommy Harrison. 2 outs, top of the second. 0-0. Runners off at first. Garrett Wright going to fake a throw as Novak trying to get a pickle situation. Will not be able to draw it. It's a ball, and the count's 1-2. It's now runners on second and third for Miami. Turner comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Jacob Turner with his 3rd strikeout here today escapes the inning with 2 runners left in scoring position for Miami. We stay scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second. Bowling Green coming back up to bat when we come back right here on Falcon Radio. For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com. Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
4-5-6 due up for Bowling Green. Brady Birchmeyer, Sam Seidel, Caden Parker for Bowling Green. Here at the bottom of the second, we're still scoreless between the Falcons and the Red Hawks. Game 1 of 2, doubleheader today due to weather coming this weekend. We'll see if we get that third game played. We are supposed to get quite a bit of rain here tonight in Bowling Green, Northwest Ohio. Hopefully it misses us a little bit. Goes south, it goes north. I really don't care. Just avoid Bowling Green. We'll see if we can get that third game played either tomorrow or Sunday.
Just avoid this specific square.
Yeah.
That's it.
Go on the old campus side.
Yeah.
You know, just avoid the field. Gatsky's still on the mound there for Miami. For his first pitch to Brady Birchmeyer. Swinging, fouls it off to the back. Birchmeyer, a great breakout season for him this year. The sophomore first baseman, 6'3", 242, was named MAC Co-Player of the Week on March 17th, batting .337 this year. 8 home runs, 38 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch to him, up high and outside for a ball. Second in the MAC in RBIs, behind Evan Applewick on the other side for Miami. And he's tied for 5th in the conference in home runs. The 1-1 pitch to Birchmeyer. Off-speed pitch. Froze him. Right down the middle for a strike. Count goes to 1-2. Left that one hanging, but Birchmeyer got locked up early. Couldn't pull the trigger.
They're still shading pretty hard toward that right field line.
They are. The 1-2 pitch. Up high for a ball. Count goes even to 2-2. I mean, Katsky is throwing majority towards the outside, but I mean, if you miss inside and someone ropes one down the left field line, if you got speed, that's trouble.
Yeah. Look triple out of the box and maybe more.
The 2-2 pitch, outside for a ball. Birchmeyer thought about going, wisely held up, and the count goes full with nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Still scoreless between Bowling Green and Miami. Falcons swept the season series in Oxford last year. Full count pitch by Katsky. Swing and a miss by Brady Birchmeyer. First strikeout of the day for Cooper Katsky, and the first out of the bottom of the second.
I'd like to know Katsky's velocity numbers, because from up here it looks pretty firm coming in.
It does. Him and Jacob Turner both have good fastballs on them.
I think that contributes to their shift a little bit more too. Hard outside fastballs.
It's tough to catch up to, for sure, especially in that count right there. I mean, you're looking at Katsky, who is a very high prospect out of high school. His first pitch to Sam Seidel catches the outside corner for a strike. Katsky in high school was the number 27 overall prospect and the number 9 right-handed pitcher in Colorado by perfect game. He's earned a win in 3 straight appearances as Katsky. The 0-1 pitch to Seidel. Misses outside for a ball. Count goes even. 3.71 ERA over the past 3 outings. 17 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 17 innings pitched over the past 3. He has multiple strikeouts in all but 1 appearance this season. The 1-1 pitch by him to Seidel. Swing, and this one dribbled very slowly over to the left side. And already playing in, the third baseman, Krupinski, fields that, throws across the diamond to Applewick for the second out of the inning.
I just want to point it out there to you, Tyler. That wind in coming out of center field looks to be picking up a little bit.
We're reading about 13 miles per hour
The right fielder, Kaden.
at first pitch. We're up 1 mile per hour, up to 14, so slowly creeping up. As Caden Parker steps into bat, we are up a degree in terms of the temperature. This one misses down low for a ball. The highest we'll get today appears to be about 55 degrees, around 2 o'clock. Then we'll continue to go down from there. The 1-0 pitch to Caden Parker. This one dribbled foul to the right side. Count goes even. Caden Parker riding a 19-game on-base streak. He's batting .333 over the past 7 games. And a .274 overall batting average this season. However, he hasn't had the greatest amount of success in strictly MAC play this year, as Off-Speed catches the zone for strike 1 and 2. When you look at just the MAC games alone, Caden Parker batting just .179 with 4 runs batted in, 6 walks, and 15 strikeouts.
Yeah, and I think that's a testament to the way he just finds a way to get on.
Definitely is. This one just misses. Count goes even to 2 and 2. 2 outs here, bottom of the second. Still scoreless between Bowling Green and Miami at Stiller Field. Game 1 of 2 of a doubleheader here on this, I wanted to say Friday afternoon. We're still technically not in the afternoon, 11:30 here. Off speed, misses up and in for a ball, and count goes full with 2 outs. Caden Parker 2 for 13 in the Central Michigan Series over the weekend. Looking to continue that 19-game on-base streak. The Westland, Oregon native waits the 3-2 pitch from Katsky. From the stretch, the kick, the delivery. Check swing. Called a strike at the plate. Donald Smith says Caden Parker went around. Second strikeout of the inning for Cooper Katsky. And back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings, Katsky is dealing on the mound for the Red Hawks, and that brings us to the top of the third. We'll be back shortly with the introduction of our trivia question here for Game 1 when we come back. Still scoreless between Bowling Green and Miami right here on Falcon Radio.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hovey on the BGSU volleyball team, and these are my Falcon 4 off-day activities. My first one would be spend time with family and friends if they're in town, because I love them. My second one would be read my book because it's relaxing. My third one would be go get coffee because who doesn't love coffee? And my fourth one would be go get groceries so I can make food for the week.
Back here at Stellar Field, as we've done all season, we'll continue to do. We have the introduction of a trivia question here, top of the third. I'll introduce it to you, Coyle, and all of our listeners, and then we'll wait until the top of the fifth to reveal the answer. We'll have two of these today, one for each game. So today's trivia question is, for the game one at least, who has the most strikeouts per 9 innings in MLB history? Your options are A, Randy Johnson, B, Blake Snell, C, Jacob deGrom, or D, Nolan Ryan. Who has the most strikeouts per 9 innings in MLB history? Randy Johnson, Blake Snell, Jacob deGrom, Nolan Ryan. Any initial thoughts? You have until the top of the fifth to give your final answer.
Just off you saying it, I think it's either A or D. Either Johnson or Ryan.
Couple Hall of Famers there.
You know, none of those four guys are particularly bad picks either.
No, I don't think they are. We'll have to wait until the top of the fifth to see the reveal on that one. You have some time to ponder over that. Bunt showed here and laid down by Buzzio, the 9-hole hitter, and fielded cleanly by Braden Curlis. Throws across the diamond. One pitch, one out here in the top of the third for Turner.
Curlis got to that pretty quickly.
He did. Made a nice throw across the diamond to Birchmeyer as well.
Didn't look like he was playing too far up either. Just shows off some of that, like I said, with Seidel earlier, just a little bit of that range.
There's a reason Halleck's putting him as a freshman over there at the hot corner, starting in these conference games. He's worked his way into that starting lineup. We saw Garrett Sloan start a lot of those games at third base to begin the season. He went into a little bit of a drought hitting, and Braden Curlis has kind of slotted in and grabbed a hold of that spot for now at least. Back to the top of the order with Dylan Baker. Fastball misses just outside. Garrett Wright tried to frame it, couldn't get the call. This one misses down and outside as well. Holden, I believe you're looking to lock someone in for this pick for the trivia question. All right, he's locking in Nolan Ryan, so we'll have to see if he's correct. Very confident with that. This one down and inside for a ball. Count goes to 3-0. You guys kind of on the same wavelength with that a little bit. Thinking about the same thing. The 3-0 pitch. Fastball catches the outside corner for a strike. Talked about it off air. It was rare to see two walks in the same inning by Jacob Turner coming into this game with just 4 walks on the season, Coyle. Gets a swing and a miss there to bring it to a full count.
Yeah, it's a little – it's not like him. Coming in, low walks. I think he was second on the team for the year.
The full count pitch. This one dribbled up the middle. Fielded by Antillion at short behind the second base bag. And the throw to Birchmeyer for the out. Nice play by Gunnar Antillion at short. Back-to-back outs to begin the top of the third for Jacob Turner.
Once again, Antillion just showing off the range there. He's made, countless plays coming over the middle toward that second base hole just all year.
First pitch here to Bonasic is fouled off to the left side. Two outs in the top of the third. The 0-1 pitch to Bonasic. Misses just low and outside. Count goes even. Bonasic, first time up, grounded out to second to Sam Seidel. The 1-1 pitch down inside for a ball. Bonasic's second season at Miami. previously spent 2 years at Western Kentucky. He was named to the Conference USA All-Freshman team as he fouls that one off at the plate. 14-game hitting streak for Bonasic, batting .382 over that span. He's also been a little bit of a ball magnet recently, hit by a pitch in 3 straight games. He grounds this one sharply over to second. Nice sliding stop by Sam Seidel, second time today. Throws it over to Birchmeyer to end the inning. Sam Seidel, fantastic with the glove. Over at second, we head to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless between Bowling Green and Miami right here on Falcon Radio.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
BGSU Women's Golf returns to BG for the Dolores Black Falcon Invitational at Stone Ridge Golf Club on Saturday, April 5th and Sunday, April 6th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Kevin Hutchinson will have a recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, Noah Seeley, another member of Falcon Media Sports Network, working the game with us, is also locking in Nolan Ryan for that trivia question. Have to wait until top of the 5th to see that, but right now here, Coyle, we have a little bit of a pitcher's duel going between Jacob Turner and Cooper Katsky.
Yeah, neither team's really been able to get that production started outside of, we got 2 walks or 3 walks by Turner, nothing. Falcons haven't had a base runner yet.
It'll be Coop McKenzie, Braden Curlis, Gunnar Antillion for Bowling Green. As it's fouled to the back by McKenzie to begin the at-bat. McKenzie, a guy that's worked his way into a lot more at-bats than he had last season. He's been valuable for Bowling Green. This one not able to be caught behind the plate by David Novak. Skids up a few feet in front of the plate. Count goes 1-1. Coop McKenzie this season, .245 batting average. Already played. This is his 19th game this season with 14 starts. More starts than last year and 1 less total game. This one chopped over to the left side, fielded by Krupinski at third, and he throws across the diamond to Applewick for the first out of the inning. A lot of ground outs here today too.
Yeah.
You look at Jacob Turner for BG. Do some quick math. 6 ground outs, I believe. And then Katsky, I believe now that's his 3rd. So 9 total ground outs for these 2 pitchers as we're here with 1 out on the top of the 4th. Or, apologies, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Braden Curlis skies this one up in the infield, and it's going to drift out of play.
You know, Tyler, like I said during the pregame show, one of the keys for today is keeping the ball on the ground. Especially to the guys like Birchmeyer, the Applewick, guys that have the power to put the ball into the trees or on the tennis court. But both pitchers are doing a pretty good job at keeping the ball low.
They are indeed. They've both gone through their challenges. Katsky hasn't really faced much resistance. I mean, he has not He's faced the minimum so far. Looking to continue that through 3 innings. One count. This one misses up high. Count goes to 2-1. Some news around the Mid-American Conference announced that Central Michigan men's basketball head coach Tony Barbie not going to be returning next season. In the midst of all the transfer portal in men's basketball, it's certainly an interesting one. He had a year or two, I believe, left on his contract. For any MAC men's basketball fans out there listening to this broadcast, it's a 2-2 count on Braden Curlis. Curlis fighting to stay alive here.
Something interesting with Katsky, too. He's waiting till 5 seconds are left on that pitch clock. He's he gets that time. He's using all of it.
Off speed. This one just fouled off to the back, and we talked about this a little off air too. I believe it was after the bottom of the first. Katsky doesn't really let the batters dictate their own pace. He likes to dictate his own pace, and that definitely kind of helps explain some of the numbers. That just makes it uncomfortable, especially for the collegiate level batters. Katsky once again takes his time. Leg kick and delivery. Off speed, misses high and outside for a ball. Count goes full. He's had a few of those. That just missed a little up and outside. Almost a little bit of a cutter kind of floater. Not crazy fast, though. Hasn't been able to locate that pitch very well so far today. Full count, off speed, up high, and the first base runner of the game allowed by Katsky is Braden Curlis on a 1-out walk here in the bottom of the third.
And back to what you're saying about Katsky's pace, it's really hard to get in a rhythm off of a guy like that.
It really is, especially because he can switch it up at any moment. He can go faster when he wants to, and you're kind of just playing it at his own pace. We haven't seen many BG batters either step out to, we'll see if that goes on as if he continues to mow down batters where they want to start dictating their own pace a little bit. This one lined to second to Buzzio. He flips it to Baker for one at second. Over to first. Applewhite came off the bag. It's going to be a fielder's choice. Braden Curlis is out at second. But Gunnar Antillion will be safe over at first. Then we'll go to the top of the order with T.J. Tackett. He has a 2-out base runner over there on first base.
Top of the order, the center fielder, T.J.
Applewhite, I think, stretched out as far as he could there. Just barely came off the bag.
Just a little bit too far up the line.
Yeah.
Throw was there, just.
First pickoff attempt of the day. Antillion back in time. Antillion this season, 6 stolen bases on 9 attempts. Does have a little bit of speed over there at first. First pitch to Tackett, just misses inside for a ball. TJ Tackett grounding out to first, his first time up. Leading off things for Bowling Green in the bottom of the first. Still scoreless here in the bottom of the third between Bowling Green and Miami. Another pickoff attempt. Antillion back diving, head first in time. Counts 1-0 on TJ Tackett. Gunnar Antillion. The shortstop stands at first. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Cooper Katsky comes set. Katsky delivers down and inside to Tackett. He's behind the count, 2-0.
And out comes Novak for a mound visit for the Red Hawks.
Just going to be Novak out there. No one else joining him. This is the first time we've kind of seen, I don't want to say rattled, but Katsky a little uncomfortable, not able to find a few pitches in a row. He hasn't thrown many balls in a row so far here today. Certainly hasn't gotten behind many batters, 2-0.
Yeah, and it just looks out there like he doesn't want to give Tackett anything too good.
Yeah. Tackett has the power to take it out of here. This one catches the outside corner for a strike. Count goes to 2-1. Tackett's this season, 291 batter, 4 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Hit 2 grand slams last year, one at Ohio State and one against Ball State at the MAC tournament. 2-1 pitch. This one dribbled to second. Going to a knee and fielding it is Blake Buzzio, and he throws to Applewick at first for the third and final out of the inning. We head to the top of the fourth. We'll have some history, some baseball history on this day when we come back. Scoreless between Bowling Green and Miami through 3 innings right here on Falcon Radio.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Back here at Stellar Field, scoreless between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio. As we head to the top of the fourth, we have some baseball history on this day. And we'll have the reveal of the trivia question in the top of the fifth in a little bit. But back in 1911 on this day, automobile maker Hugh Chalmers introduced the concept of a most valuable player in Major League Baseball, and Chalmers announced that he will award a new car to the player in each league who is selected MVP by a vote of baseball writers. So the MVP award being created there by an automobile maker back in 1911. And then on this day in baseball history in 1974, Atlanta Braves slugger, a guy named Hank Aaron, hit his 714th home run off Cincinnati Reds pitcher Jake Billingham on opening day, tying Babe Ruth for the most in MLB history. One of the most historic runs, or one of the most historic home runs, I should say, in baseball history. Well, I have a little more we'll save for game 2, but always cool to look back at that history.
Yeah, I didn't know that about the MVP award.
Yeah, I didn't either. You know, Baseball Reference is such an amazing tool.
Yeah.
All you have to do, if anyone's wondering, just look up Baseball Reference, plug in the day, like today, April 4th, and you'll get a whole thing, a whole list of events, births and deaths of famous baseball figures. It's all very interesting and fascinating. 1-1 count here to start Evan Applewick. Also had a couple Hall of Famers born on this day in history. Back in 1888, Tris Speaker came into this world, and then Gil Hodges, another Hall of Famer, in 1924. 2 legendary figures in the grand scheme of baseball.
Looks like that foul ball there went off of, looked like what, Wright's arm?
Yeah, a little shaken up, but he'll be ready to go. Garrett Wright, by all accounts, one of the toughest guys on the team. It's a 1-2 count at the plate on Evan Applewick. It's 3-4-5, Applewick, Zarlingo, and David Novak due up in the top of the fourth for Miami. The 1-2 pitch from Turner, off speed. This one grounded to third. Curlis trying to field it in one hop, came out of his glove. The throw across the diamond, still got him. What a rebound by Braden Curlis at third. He tried to field that off one bounce, bounced out of his glove, didn't give up on the play, picked it up, and threw a bullet across the diamond.
Just showing off that arm strength. I mean, you saw it when he was in high school down at Elder. I believe it was Elder. No, it was one of the Cincinnati area high schools. His arm strength, even when I played him back in.
You are correct. Cincinnati Elder.
Back in 15U travel ball, his arm was.
Turner starts Zarlingo with the ball. Zarlingo switch hitter, batting from the left side. Strikeout swing, his first time up. The second of 3 strikeout victims. This one barely misses for Turner. Still a little bit of a strike zone there. Count now 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Fastball just misses down low. Count goes 3-0. Turner's been in this position quite a few times here today.
His third, fourth 3-0 count today.
And just misses outside for a pitch walk for Jacob Turner. It'll be his third walk of the game.
Like you said, it still looks a little tight in there. It just some of those weren't missing by much.
Yeah, it's like when you think of a 4-pitch walk, I think a lot of people would think of a guy missing in the other batter's box and nowhere close, but all 4 of those were relatively close. Didn't miss by much. David Novak up to bat with a runner on first. And 1 out in the inning. Novak walked his first time up, advanced to second on a wild pitch, made it all the way around to third. It's the farthest the base runner has advanced so far today on either side, and he was stranded there back in the top of the second. Pickoff attempt to first. Zarlingo back in time. Another pickoff attempt, this one closer. But back in time once again is Zarlingo. Novak still yet to see a pitch in this at-bat. He's been standing in the batter's box for well over a minute now. Finally gets a pitch to see here, but it's inside on the off-speed for a ball. Count 1-0. Didn't miss by a ton there for Jacob Turner.
Zarlingo is 6 for 6 on stolen bases this year. It's nice to see Turner trying to keep him close.
He is running on the pitch. Swung and missed. Throw down by Garrett Wright. The tag. Got him. The throw was over to the left side of the bag. But Antillian applied the tag and got him on the right side. Beautiful play there to nail the runner, Anthony Zarlingo, down at second. And the base pass now clear with 2 outs and a 1-1 count on David Novak.
I stand corrected, make that 6 for 7 on stolen bases this year.
And this one flown out to right field, and it's going to be fielded by Caden Parker. And that's how the top of the 4th ends. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still scoreless between BG and Miami of Ohio, right here on Falcon Radio.
Making it green is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN.
A message from the US EPA.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Back here on Falcon Radio. Stellar Field, site of today's 2 games. A doubleheader between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio. The second game will begin about 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first one. Still have a ways to go, though, Coyle. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and the pitcher's duel continuing. Scoreless here between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio.
It's going to be nice to see here how Miami's defensive alignment is for Garrett Wright. Yet again in that his first at bat, they were shaded 30,
I
40
think we
feet
got
to
our
the right.
answer there. I mean, it's hard to describe exactly, but I mean, if Wright pokes one over Krupinski's head over there at third, he might have a triple because the left fielder Ryan Novak is playing basically even with Dylan Baker's back over there at short. Then you have Zarlingo in center field playing even with Bonzio at second essentially, and Harrison's lined up with Applewick over at first.
Yeah, Zarlingo's almost to the scoreboard.
Yeah. This one driven out deep left field by Wright. Going back is Ryan Novak. He's at the wall. He jumps. It's out of here into the trees for Garrett Wright. He breaks open the scoring in this one and puts Bowling Green up 1-0.
That ball was hammered, especially against the wind.
First hit of the game on either side, and Garrett Wright has his 5th home run of the season. Sole possession of second place on Bowling Green now with that 5th home run, and you can chalk him up for 23 runs batted in. Swing by DJ Newman, fouled off. First pitch he sees from Kasky.
Back to right. The Novak didn't. If 30 foot in, he wouldn't have to run that far.
Yeah,
the shift is still kind of.
And that one was one that you could. It was catchable. It wasn't fully out of range. He jumped a little early on it. Not saying that he would have caught it, but definitely had to make a ways back there to the wall, playing so far in, and we're seeing basically the same exact shift on DJ Newman, just appears the outfielders are a little further back now. And Newman lines this one on the ground to the left side, past the diving Krupinski. He takes a big round around first, goes about a third the way down to second before retreating back to the bag at first. Back-to-back hits for Bowling Green after there were no hits in the game on either side when Garrett Wright came up to bat. Difference now is Bowling Green's up 1-0. With a base runner in DJ Newman for Brady Birchmeyer, who has 8 home runs and 38 runs batted in this season.
Yeah, Newman's ball was hit fairly hard, just escaped the glove of Krupinski.
Krupinski made a diving attempt for it, couldn't reach it. Newman, give him a 6-game hitting streak now, as it's fouled off to the back. First pitch Birchmeyer sees.
I think one of the best things about being here on campus at Sellerfield, anytime a foul ball goes out of play, 10 kids run to grab it.
It's always a race to get it. Almost caught Newman leaning there. Didn't get far off the bag before the pickoff attempt. He's back in time. 1-2 count on Brady Birchmeyer at the plate. DJ Newman stands on first. Pickoff attempt. Newman back in time. DJ Newman on the season, 8 stolen bases on 8 attempts. The most stolen bases on this Bowling Green team. It's actually 10th in the MAC in stolen bases as well. The 1-2 pitch to Birchmeyer. Swung on and fouled off to the right side. Birchmeyer wanted that one at the plate. Wasn't happy that he missed it.
Birchmeyer just looks a little bit late on that outside fastball.
Looks like he was looking for something a little different there, but able to get the bat head around just in time to foul it off. The 0-2 pitch misses up high for a ball. Count 1-2. Newman kind of faked a little bit of a steal there. Getting a little aggressive off the base running, trying to draw some attention from David Novak behind the plate and Katsky on the mound. Pickoff attempt. So you'd have to imagine that worked from Newman. Draws another pickoff attempt. Still nobody out here in this inning.
I just want to point out, they've shifted back ever so slightly to the left in the outfield.
They have. Off speed, locks up Brady Birchmeyer right down the middle for a strikeout. Brady Birchmeyer down on strikes for the second time here today.
Yeah, it just looked like came out of Katsky's hand and just locked Birchmeyer up.
Not much he could do. Couldn't pull the trigger. And that'll bring up Sam Seidel. Seidel, victim of the ground out. First time up, grounded out to third base. He was the second out of the bottom of the second. Newman still standing on first. 8 stolen bases on the season for him. Has not been caught on the base pass. Newman's off and running on the pitch. It's thrown outside. Newman head first dive. He's in safely. 9 stolen bases on the season for DJ Newman. He stays perfect on the base pass. Miami read that perfectly. It was just a high throw from David Novak in the second.
You know, in the age of advanced stats, I'd like to know the spin rate on Katsky's curveball because it looks sharp.
It'd be great if we had that technology here to see all of that.
Wouldn't it be?
Maybe one day. There's that curveball that you're talking about. Big break on it, and the count goes 1-1.
And it's not loopy either.
No, it's not. It's definitely a hard bite once it hits the apex. Trying to think of a comparison for it. Drawn up a few, but it's definitely a harder bite than some of the ones I'm thinking of. That one misses outside with it. Count goes to 2-1. One out in the inning. Bottom of the fourth. Bowling Green leads 1-0 after a solo shot by Garrett Wright. Standing on second after his 9th stolen base of the season is DJ Newman. The 2-1 pitch to Sam Seidel. He lines this one out left center field. Going back is Zarlingo. He makes the catch on the run. Tagging up from second to third is going to be DJ Newman. So Newman will be 90 feet away from scoring with 2 outs. And Caden Parker coming up to the plate.
I just want to point out there, Zarlingo made the catch in front of the R in Bowling Green. I mean, that's very, very solidly a left fielder ball on a normal day.
Definitely. And now he's going to shift to the completely other side of the outfield. And once again, he'll be even with those trees in the middle of the batter's eye and the scoreboard in right center field. Caden Parker 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out swinging his first time up. Off speed, misses down and outside. Nice trap there from David Novak to keep it going to the back. With DJ Newman standing on third.
Like I pointed out earlier, Katsky isn't deviating from his pace.
He is not. We're kind of interested to see how he would do. As misses down and outside once again. Another nice stop by Novak. Newman getting good reads down there at third. No doubt he'll pounce if he sees anything skid past Novak in the dirt. Newman, about as good of a base runner as they come, especially here in the Mid-American Conference. The 2-0 pitch misses outside. 3 straight pitches missing outside by Katsky. That control's starting to go a little bit. On deck is Cooper McKenzie. Caden Parker has yet to see a pitch that he could hit. Katsky comes set. The kick, the delivery, the 3-0 pitch. Down the middle for a strike with the fastball. Count goes to 3-1 with 2 outs and a runner on third here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, and I think even following the right home run, Katsky still doesn't look all that rattled until this AB.
The 3-1 pitch by him off speed. Ducking was Caden Parker. It worked its way back inside, but it was high inside. And it's going to be a 5-pitch walk to Caden Parker. Runners on first and third for Bowling Green with 2 outs, and Coop McKenzie coming up to the plate. And that's going to be the second walk of the game for Katsky, and we'll have a mound visit here for Cooper Katsky. Don't see an arm up in the bullpen for the Red Hawks, as Katsky's worked his way into some trouble here at the bottom of the fourth.
A little bit of stretching down there, but nothing, nobody up, nobody throwing.
it's interesting with Katsky because he's a guy that has such good numbers, but he hasn't started much this year. Just 2 starts. His pitch count at 59. We'll see how high he goes.
Yeah, and just like I was talking to you about yesterday, at first looking at his stats, the amount of innings he's thrown, it looks like he should be a starter.
Yeah.
He's only started, I believe, 2 games this year, one game this year.
This is his second start. He's thrown up to 84 pitches, threw 84 last outing against Western Michigan, so he has it in the gas tank. Off speed, misses up and inside for a ball, but that control, I mean, we're basically looking at a completely different pitcher here in this 4th inning compared to what we saw in the first 3.
Yeah, it just looks like he's uncomfortable, to say the least.
Still taking his time out there on the mound. The 1-0 pitch misses outside for a ball.
I don't know if it's just me from up here. He does look like he's slowing down a little bit more.
I do think it does look like everything's kind of slowing down there on the mound. He's definitely laboring a little bit. Some fatigue setting in. Pickoff attempt to first. He doesn't look fresh, we'll put it that way.
Yeah. And I know the Miami outfielders can kind of tell that he's slowing down a little bit because their outfield has now shifted more poolside to McKenzie toward that left field foul line.
Pretty much traditional lineup as well, not too crazy. Fastball down the middle, and you look at that velocity, looks like it's gone down a tick or 2.
Yeah.
That's not as sharp as it was back in the 2nd or even 3rd inning. It's a 2-1 count on Coop McKenzie. Standing on first is Caden Parker. DJ Newman stands on 3rd. With 2 outs, the 2-1 pitch, swung on and grounded to short. Baker going to field it, throw to first for the final out of the inning, but not before Bowling Green puts 1 on the board with a solo home run by Garrett Wright to lead off the bottom of the 4th. We head to the top of the 5th. Bowling Green leads Miami 1-0. We'll have the reveal of the answer of that trivia question when we come back right here on Falcon Radio.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, we head to the top of the 5th. Bowling Green leading Miami of Ohio 1-0. Bowling Green has both hits in this game so far. But before we get into the action, we have the reveal of the trivia question that I posed to you guys back in the top of the 3rd. So the trivia question here for Game 1 of the doubleheader was who has the most strikeouts per 9 innings in MLB history? Your options were A, Randy Johnson, B, Blake Snell, C, Jacob deGrom, and D, Nolan Ryan. Coyle Withrow, do you have a final answer?
Ryan Express. Lock it in.
You're going with Ryan Express. Is Noah Seeley's also going with Nolan Ryan? Back there in the studios, Holden Ruck, you also going with Nolan? All right, unfortunately, you guys are all incorrect. It is not Randy Johnson either. It is Blake Snell. Blake Snell is the current leader in strikeouts per 9 innings with 11.2.
Wow.
I was wondering if you guys were going to see Snell and deGrom in there and see if it, tick something. I mean, the obvious answer I would think, too, is Nolan Ryan or even Randy. But Blake Snell, the current leader in baseball history and strikeouts per 9 innings at 11.2.
See, I would have went deGrom before I went Snell.
That's the reason I put deGrom on that. So Coyle goes 0 for 1. So you'll have redemption, though.
Yeah.
Game 2. You have another chance. 0-2 count at the plate on Krupinski. This one misses outside for Jacob Turner. He'll face Krupinski, Novak, and Harrison. 6, 7, 8. 2 up for Miami. Swing and a miss at the plate by Krupinski. First out of the inning, fourth strikeout of the day for Jacob Turner.
The left fielder, Ryan.
We are now up to a 14 mile-an-hour winds still. 19 mile-an-hour gust. It's
Temperature still rising a little bit. 2 degrees up from where we started. Fastball misses outside to Ryan Novak to begin his at-bat. We're in the middle here of the 3 straight left-handers for Miami. He slices this one down the left field line. Going after it is DJ Newman, but it does go foul. First time we've seen Newman have anything hit his way that I can remember today. Not a chance to really make a play on it. Newman had to run a long ways just for it to be foul and retreat back to his position.
Outside of the ball to Parker last inning, I don't believe there's been a ball hit to the outfield by the Redhawks yet today.
And Turner has put a few numbers up on the scoreboard, has not allowed one particular number. We'll see if he can continue mowing down these Redhawks batters. The 1-1 pitch misses down and inside for a ball. Count goes to 2-1 with 1 out here in the top of the 5th. The 2-1 pitch misses down and inside once again. Count goes 3-1.
Looks like the Falcon defense is playing directly traditional straight up.
And this fastball down and outside for ball 4. The 4th walk of the game for Jacob Turner. So isn't that fascinating? 4 walks in this game for Turner. Came into the game on the season with 4 total walks. He's doubled that here today through 4 1/3.
Yeah, look, it's uncharacteristic.
That's probably the best way to put it right there. Just something you haven't seen from him this year. He's been so good controlling the baseball. Fastball misses outside. Count goes 1-0 on Tommy Harrison. The 3rd and final of the 3 straight left-handers. 6, 7, 8 for Miami of Ohio. This one just misses inside by Turner, not by much. And the count goes 2-0.
And here's my one caveat to Turner with his 4 walks today. They haven't been able to get anything going.
Yeah, that is very true. This one driven up the middle and gets through to the outfield. So the no-hit bid by Jacob Turner officially ends here in the top of the 5th. First hit of the game is by Tommy Harrison up the middle, and it'll be runners on 1st and 2nd for Miami. And just like that, they're in key position to strike here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, it just looked like he got a good swing on a ball, just drove it right up the middle, right over that second base bag.
And nothing Turner could do, just get out of the way of that one. Just natural instincts when you see a liner on the ground hit right straight at you.
Yeah.
Took a little skid off that mound, too. Didn't help.
Add a little bit more spin to it. Just
hard to read for Seidel and Antillion in the middle of the infield. This one dribbled in the batter's box. Does not go in play. It'll be a foul ball. Runners were off on the contact. They'll retreat back. It's Blake Buzzio at the plate. He grounded out to third base his first time up. He's now down in the count, 0-2. Standing on first is Tommy Harrison. Ryan Novak stands on second.
I do think Jacob Turner is still doing a good job at attacking the hitters. First pitch. Try not to let him get in a rhythm.
And this one hits Blake Buzzio. Kyle Halleck going to have a disagreement here.
I don't know about that one.
I think Halleck's saying that Blake Buzzio leaned into the pitch. And we're going to have a meeting between the umpires here. Donald Smith, the home plate umpire, Joshua McNally, the first base umpire, and Lou Kammermeyer, the third base umpire. They're all meeting here just to the left of the mound. What did you see on that one, Coyle?
I don't know. It didn't look like it was solid enough to...
Quick meeting, and they're going to say hit by pitch. Halleck not going to be able to do much more arguing on that one. It'll be bases loaded with one out in the top of the fifth. And top of the order for Miami of Ohio in Dylan Baker.
I believe that's Nate Kress getting loose down there.
It is a right-hander, not exactly sure the number. This one flown out to right field. Parker chasing it towards the line. He's going to slide and make the catch, but tagging up from third and scoring is going to be Ryan Novak, and you wonder if he should have let that one go because you get the out, but you trade it off for a run, and also advancing is going to be Tommy Harrison from second to third. So BG gets the second out of the inning on the flyout by Dylan Baker to Caden Parker in right field. But Ryan Novak comes around to score, give Baker the RBI, and Tommy Harrison advances to third. Blake Buzzio stays put at first. Got to bring up Ty Badosic. First pitch to Badosic, outside for a ball.
See, I don't know if Parker should have let that one drop, save the run.
That's a tough decision because chased all the way after it. He had to make that slide. He was not in no position to really make a good relay throw. He tried. It was nowhere near in time. If you let it go, you still have just one out in the inning, bases loaded. If you make the catch like he did, you have 2 outs. You let a run score. It's a tie game, but you have 2 outs. And the bases are not loaded anymore. This one fired towards the BG dugout, hits that facing. And the count moves to 2-1 with 2 outs and runners on the corners. Ty Badosic up to bat for the Red Hawks.
See, I think the way that the way this game's going, it's 1-1, top 5. It's runs are at a premium.
Yeah. 2-1 pitch, catches the outside corner. Nice pitch by Turner. And the count goes even to 2-2.
That was about as perfect as Turner could put it right there, just right on that high and outside corner. Not really a whole lot of a batter can do with that.
1-1 game here, top of the fifth, 2-2 count, 2 outs, runners on the corners. The pitch to Badosic. It's chopped over to third. Nice field there by Curlis. Throws across the diamond for the final out of the inning. So Miami does score once. They end the no-hit bid for Jacob Turner as Novak comes around to score on a sac fly by Dylan Baker. And we have a tie game heading to the bottom of the fifth at 1-1 between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio right here on Falcon Radio.
Falcon baseball begins a 3-game series against Miami of Ohio on Friday, April 4th.
Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Coyle Withrow will have the call.
Tune in at 2:45 for pregame and 3 p.m. for first pitch
on WBGU 88.1 FM.
BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. Make sure to tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m. on WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Back here at Stellar Field 1-1 game between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio. Cooper Katsky still out there on the mound to begin the bottom of the fifth.
Leading off the bottom of the fifth for the Falcons, the number 8
He'll
hitter, the
face
third
8
baseman.
and 9, and Braden Curlis, Gunnar Antillion, and then top of the order, TJ Tackett. We'll see how long of a leash he has.
There is movement down there. Looks like guy stretching, guy getting throwing, getting hot.
Off speed, catches the zone for a strike against Braden Curlis. Curlis today walked his first time up. He was out at second on a fielder's choice. The 0-1 pitch by Katsky to Curlis, down and outside for a ball. Count goes 1-1. Curlis batting just 120 coming into today's game. The Cincinnati, Ohio native, just a freshman. A 1-1 pitch to him. This one lined over the head of a jumping Dylan Baker at shortstop. And give a single to Braden Curlis to lead off the bottom of the fifth. Solid piece of hitting there by Curlis.
Yeah, Baker made a good try at it. Got up there, but Curlis did a good job of just poking it above his head, just right into that shallow left field. Nice little leadoff hit.
Up to bat now is Gunnar Antillion, the 9-hole hitter for Bowling Green. Check swing, first pitch. They call it a strike. Count 0-1.
They're still shading pretty far to that right center field gap.
They are. This one misses up high with the fastball. It's 1-1 the count on Antillion. It'll be interesting to see if Antillion's able to get his way on here, what they do with Tackett. Pickoff attempt to first. One count, still at the plate. Katsky's pitch to Antillion. Runners off at first, fouled at the plate. Curlis will have to go back to first. It's going to be 1-2 on Gunnar Antillion. He reached safely his first time up on a fielder's choice. The fielder's choice that got Curlis out at second.
Almost like a hit-and-run situation there. It looked like Antillion didn't totally like the swing at that pitch.
And Antillion's really stepped into that role of setting the table for the top of the order in the past couple of weeks for Bowling Green in that 9-hole spot. Gone comfortable down there. Rips this one to the left side. Nice diving catch by Krupinski at third. And they're going to double it up. The throw over to first gets Curlis, who was off and running on the contact. Tough break there for Bowling Green. An excellent defense by the Redhawks.
Yeah, I just think Curlis took a little bit too big of a secondary. Thought it might get past Krupinski at third. Made a good play on it. Good throw across the diamond.
Not much you can do there.
Yeah.
Just misread it a little bit. Paid for it. We go to the top of the order with TJ Tackett. No one on the base pass for him. First pitch he sees is off speed inside for a ball. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He's grounded out to first and to second. And we see that big shift. Buzzio, the second baseman, playing in the outfield grass. Baker is nearly even with the second base bag at shortstop. He's also in the outfield grass, or right on the edge of it. Krupinski at third is in on the infield, on the very inside cut of the grass, the edge of that infield dirt close to the plate. And then just a few feet off the line over at first is Applewick, also on the outside cut of the grass. It's 2-1 the count now on Tackett's at the plate. 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. Tie game 1-1 between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio. The 2-1 pitch. This one chopped over to the right side through the infield. Buzzio tried to dive for it. Tackett's going to go for 2. It was misfielded by Harrison in right field, and Tackett advances to second. So that one was hit in the gap between Buzzio and Applewick. Buzzio in the outfield grass made a diving attempt for it. His glove deflected it. He couldn't come up with it. And Harrison coming in to grab the ball couldn't field it cleanly. Tackett's kind of hesitated before deciding to go to second and was in there well enough time because of the bobble by Harrison in right field. So now a runner in scoring position for Bowling Green with 2 outs, and Garrett Wright, who has Bowling Green's only run of the day with a home run up to the plate. Right, big swing on this one, skies it to the left side. Few Red Hawks chasing after it, but it goes into the batting cages past the Bowling Green dugout in foul territory.
And now you have to start thinking about how long is his leash.
Yeah.
If Wright gets on here.
It's interesting there's no mound visit with him facing Garrett Wright, knowing how the last at-bat went. And that is going to be officially ruled a single by Tackett's and a fielding error on Harrison in right field. The 0-1 pitch to Garrett Wright, swinging, lofts this one into shallow right center field, but Buzzio playing backs up for it and makes the catch, and that'll end the 5th inning. We go to the top of the 6th, all tied up at 1 here between Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio on Falcon Radio.
BGSU women's tennis faces Toledo in the Battle of I-75 on Sunday, April 6th at 1 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Carter Leonard will have a recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Back here at Stellar Field, day is over for Jacob Turner. And the new pitcher on the mound for Bowling Green is going to be Ty Roeder. Can you take us through Ty Roeder's stats, Coyle?
Roeder has been one of Halleck's most used middle relief arms, running a 4.87 ERA, 2 wins on the year, has only 11 earned runs on the year, 21 Ks. He's been pretty dependable for Halleck. Hasn't had too many bad outings. Come in, eat some innings, keep the game close, and make sure that it's closer when we get to the pool, the Penrod, the guys that are going to come in, shut it down in the 7th, 8th, 9th.
Wright State transfer is Ty Roeder. He's a guy that's got
native.
Yeah, he is. He's a guy that's got an electric fastball out there in the mound, some good breaking stuff.
Leading off the top of the 6th for the Red Hawks, the number 3 hitter.
And he'll face the best hitter in the lineup to begin his day with Evan Applewick. Applewick been held in check so far today. 2 ground outs to third. First pitch by Roeder. Starts him with fastball 4 strike.
Looks pretty firm out there from Roeder. Just a nice hard fastball to start off the AB.
Saw speed also catches the outside corner. Count goes 0-2. Last time out for Roeder was Friday against Central Michigan. 2 1/3 innings pitched. This one fouled off to the right side. Gave up 2 hits, did not allow a run. Struck out 1 batter, walked 1, 38 pitches. Has not allowed a run in his past 2 outings. An earned run, I should say. 1 run that is unearned. His past 2 outings stretched 3 1/3 innings pitched. 3 strikeouts, a walk during that span. This one foul tipped at the plate. Applewick barely stays alive. We'll have the final line for Turner after this at-bat is complete. The 0-2 pitch from Roeder. Fastball misses up high.
Just like Turner, Roeder's out there moving quickly. He's not letting too much time pass on the pitch clock in between pitches. Trying to get himself in a rhythm, keep them out of a rhythm.
And this one grounded over to first. Dropped by Birchmeyer as he moves over to first, but he picks it right up and steps on the bag for the first out of the inning. Applewick 0 for 3 so far here today. Do have that final line as promised for Jacob Turner. Turner goes 5 innings, allows just 1 run, which is earned, allows just 1 hit, walks 4 batters, strikes out 4, 79 pitches for Turner. All an excellent outing for Jacob Turner. The walks is the only knock you can have on him, but he limited the damage, only allowing 1 run and 1 hit to go with it.
Yeah, and I think that's, like I said earlier, that's one of the keys for the Falcon pitching staff is just to keep moving. Mm-hmm. Don't let the 1 walk get in your head or keep throwing strikes. I mean, that's something that Turner did.
The name
really
of the game
well.
right there. It's a 1-0 count on Anthony Zarlingo at the plate. This one also misses down low. Count goes 2-0. 1 out in the top of the 6th. Ty Roeder on the pitch in relief for Jacob Turner. Falcons and Red Hawks tied at 1 apiece. This one also misses, a little down and outside. Count goes 3-0.
It looks like Roeder just wants to keep the ball low and out, just on that outer third.
Fastball catches the outside corner. Count moves to 3-1. Zarlingo has struck out swinging and reached on a walk today. He was caught stealing back in the 4th inning. The 3-1 pitch, foul tipped at the plate. Count goes full. Roeder working back into the at-bat after starting from behind 3-0.
I think that just shows the type of arm Roeder is out there. 3-0 count, most guys will just put one right in there, and he's still trying to hit his spots.
And this one misses for ball 4. It's going to be a walk for Anthony Zarlingo. Second time he's reached on a walk here today. Second straight at bat he's reached on a walk. Overall for Roeder, his 8th walk of the season to go with 21 strikeouts. So still a good strikeout to walk ratio for Roeder. David Novak steps up to the plate. Novak, big swing on this one, deep left field, and Newman looks at this one, sail into the trees. A 2-run home run for David Novak, a no-doubter. Puts Miami of Ohio up 3-1 over Bowling Green here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, Novak got a hold of that one. Hit it right on the screws.
Just a mistake pitch there by Ty Roeder. He's going to wish he had that one back.
Left it just over the middle part of the plate. Belt high. Not much you can do there once it leaves your hand.
Third baseman, Dominic Krapinski.
Dominic Krupinski steps into the box. First pitch by Roeder, off speed. Just a bit outside. Wright couldn't catch it. Didn't help with the call there. Usually if the catcher drops it, unless it's down the middle, the umpire usually doesn't give you the call. For Ty Roeder, that's the 5th home run he's allowed this season. as he's now behind in the count to Krupinski, 2-0. Make it 3-0. That fastball with a lot of zip on it, but wildly outside into the other batter's box. And Garrett Wright, along with the entire infield, going to come out with a mound visit here to calm down Ty Roeder.
So, Tyler, talking about the starting off 3-0.
Yes.
In the American League from 2015 to 2017, batters would hit 407 with a 3-0 count.
It's definitely a huge advantage because more than likely you have the take there on 3-0. So you either reach base safely or you get a strike thrown in there, and more than likely a not extremely competitive 3-1 pitch. It's just a tough position for the pitcher because they're forced to throw strikes at that point. There are not many throwaway pitches that you can go to. That fastball thrown in there, so it's a 3-1 count. This fastball misses just outside, and Krupinski draws a walk. Second walk of the inning allowed by Ty Roeder. Came into the game with just 7 walks allowed all season. He's walked 2 batters here with just 1 out recorded in the inning.
Yeah, and even like you were saying with the 3-1 waste pitch, 3-0 batters are on almost 9.5 times per 10 at bats. 3-1 that only drops to 700.
First pitch here to Ryan Novak in there for a strike, and Roeder and the Falcons have to be careful here to keep this from being an explosion inning. Keep it manageable here at 3-1. You don't really want it to get out any further than that. 3-1, the 0-1 pitch, I should say, fouled off to the left side. Count goes to 0-2. We've talked about all the late inning success with the Bowling Green offense. We'll have to see that once again here at Stellar Field. We'll see how big of a deficit they're going to be facing heading into the bottom of the 6th. Still just 1 out here at the top of the 6th with the runner on. Ty Roeder with an 0-2 count on Ryan Novak. He comes set. Leg kick delivers. This one lofted into left field. DJ Newman will field it, and it's going to be first and second for Miami of Ohio with Tommy Harrison coming up to bat. Harrison ending Jacob Turner's no-hit bid in the top of the 5th.
I mean, look at that at bat by Novak. It was just a good piece of opposite field hitting.
Yeah.
He just poked it to the other side.
Beautiful piece of hitting right there. I mean, that's exactly what you need to do on that, and he did it. Excellent. Halleck going to come out to the mound. I don't see an arm active. Appears it'll just be a normal mound visit. Roeder's definitely been a little rattled by that home run. Has not been working at the same pace. He's been working a little faster, it seems like. Kind of like what Jacob Turner was doing when he wasn't finding strikes. Trying to almost pitch himself out of it instead of taking his time. And we are going to get an arm up here, it appears, shortly. It'll be a left-handed arm up in the Bowling Green bullpen. You'd have to think maybe Titus Lotz or Luke Krause. It'll be Luke Krause up in the Bowling Green bullpen. We'll see how long of a leash Kyle Halleck has with Ty Roeder out there on the mound. 3-1 Miami. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Runners on first and second, in the form of Ryan Novak on first, and Dominic Krupinski at second. Tommy Harrison up to bat. First pitch, a ball to him. Harrison 1 for 2 on the day, a strikeout swinging, and a single, I should say. Roeder comes set. That left foot out in front of that base right foot. Misses outside for a ball. Count goes to 2-0. It's an interesting setup by Roeder. Just the front part of his body, a little angled out in front of his backside. And this fastball misses outside. Count goes to 3-0.
Yeah, and I think the biggest thing right here for Roeder and the Falcon defense is just to get out of it with only the little runs as possible.
That is the key for Bowling Green here. 3-0 count on Tommy Harrison. Roeder's pitch, fastball right down the middle. Count moves to 3-1. Roeder. His 3-1 pitch. Fastball just misses. Ball 4. Bases are loaded for Blake Buzzio. Third walk of the inning for Ty Roeder. Walks have been an issue now for Bowling Green pitchers here today. We're starting to see it. 7 walks combined by Jacob Turner and Ty Roeder.
And Buzzio's hit by pitch last inning.
Bases loaded here for Buzzio. First pitch swinging. Cut and a miss for a strike. Standing on first is Tommy Harrison. On second is Ryan Novak. And over at third is Dominic Krupinski. Ty Roeder on the mound. It's a 3-1 game, Miami leading. Here in the top of the 6th, still just 1 out. This one fouled off to the right side. Count now 0-2. For Roeder here, a couple of things would be great. A strikeout, a fly ball in the infield, a double play would be even better. See if he can get any of those. The 0-2 pitch by Roeder. This one grounded up the middle. Going to be fielded by Seidel at second. He'll flip to Antillion for 1. Over to Birchmeyer for 2. Roeder gets out of the trouble, but not before Miami adds 2 here in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Miami leading Bowling Green 3-1 right here on Falcon Radio.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconMedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
Hey, I'm Lucas Kleinmeyer, and you are listening to a presentation of the Falcon Media Sports Network on Falcon Radio. For Falcons, by Falcons.
We head to the bottom of the 6th. And who do you know back out on the mound for Miami of Ohio? Cooper Katsky now working with a 3-1 lead. Definitely seems like a strategy here to keep arms in that bullpen because you do have 2 games here today with the doubleheader. Not much time for rest. Brian Smiley definitely going with a little bit of that strategy, it appears. We'll see how much longer Cooper Katsky can stay in this game. His pitch count up to 76. For a non-starter or a guy that does not start all season long, it's getting up there.
Yeah.
He's been up to mid-80s one time this season. Big swing and a miss by Newman to begin the at-bat. And we'll start from behind 0-1.
You also have to think, too, with tomorrow's game being still kind of uncertain, no stated time yet. Got to get these 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true. There's a chance that we don't play a 3rd game here this weekend. Hopefully that is not the chance, or that's not the end result. But we'll have to wait and see. This one misses outside with the off-speed. Count even at 1-1. Katsky's 1-1 delivery to Newman. Newman swinging, flies it off, foul to the right side. We'll do it at 1-2.
That outfield just kind of shifts back over toward that right field line still. The first 2 pitches of this at bat, they were pretty much straight up.
The 1-2 pitch to DJ Newman. Off speed, misses up high for a ball. Count goes even to 2-2.
Definitely can tell fatigue's setting in with Katsky there.
Oh, yeah.
It just wasn't as sharp. Kind of just spun in place almost.
Definitely. His 2-2 pitch to DJ. DJ swinging, flies this out to right field. Going back is Harrison. He's not going to be able to reach it. It goes to the wall. DJ flying into second. A stand-up leadoff double for DJ Newman to begin the bottom of the 6th for Bowling Green.
Looked like Harrison just got a bad read on that. Went over his back shoulder and
couldn't turn his hips in
flipped
time.
Around a couple times and
leadoff double for DJ Newman. It's a 2-hit game for Newman. A double and a single. And Brady Birchmeyer, who is having a little bit of a rough game, comes up to the plate looking to break out of this slump in this one. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. It appears they're going to let Katsky pitch to him. Katsky's first pitch to Birchmeyer. First pitch swing, pops this one up. We'll see if it stays in play. It will not. Goes out of play for a ball. Birchmeyer will start behind the count 0-1.
like I said a few minutes ago, that Miami outfield's now kind of playing straight up, even a little bit toward that pull side of Birchmeyer. Something we really haven't seen at all today.
The 0-1 pitch by Katsky to Brady Birchmeyer. Misses outside with the fastball for a ball. 1-1. Birchmeyer, 8 home runs, 38 runs batted in on the season. He's been the main power bat for Bowling Green this year. A breakout season for Brady Birchmeyer. He awaits the 1-1 pitch. It's off speed inside. And we're going to have DJ Newman awarded third. It's going to be a balk. Didn't see much there, but home plate umpire Donald Smith saw something. DJ Newman gets third. It's a 1-1 count still at the plate. This one down and outside in the dirt. Nice stop by Novak. You don't see that often.
No. And you have to think now, 2-1 count. Birchmeyer's probably looking for something he can just put a good swing on. Get Newman in from third, pass the stick along to Seidel.
Birchmeyer, the tying run at the plate here. The 2-1 pitch. This one skied up left field. Baker going out. Novak coming in into foul territory. Novak makes the catch. And Newman's not going to be able to go anywhere. It's a fly out to left for Brady Birchmeyer. That'll bring up Sam Seidel with 1 out. So Birchmeyer's tough day continues. 0 for 3 at the plate with 2 strikeouts for Brady Birchmeyer. Sam Seidel also hitless today. He's grounded out to third and flown out to center field.
Second baseman, Sam Seidel.
Seidel has 8 runs batted in the past 5 games. 3 multi-hit performances in the past 5 games as well. Bowling Green could use another big hit here by Seidel, as we're going to have a mound visit. We'll see if it's a pitching change. No sign of anything yet towards that bullpen.
It wouldn't shock me here if they brought that lefty in.
And they're going to go to the bullpen. So that'll be the end of the line for Cooper Katsky. As we'll take a quick break, tell you more about the new Red Hawks pitcher when we come back. Situation as it stands, 3-1 Miami of Ohio over Bowling Green. We're in the bottom of the 6th, 1 out. Runner on third in the form of DJ Newman. Sam Seidel will be up to bat when we come back right here on Falcon Radio. For all BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN and head over to BGFalconMedia.com. Looking for a BGSU Athletics talk radio show? Tune into the Zig Zone every Sunday at 4 p.m., where a panel of Falcon Media Sports Network members discuss the hottest BG sports topics. Only on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
Back here at Stellar Field, new pitcher into the game for Miami of Ohio is going to be Carson Byers. Byers was a first-team All-MAC selection last year. Was named MAC Reliever of the Year last season. A 5'9", 190 junior left-hander from Mattawan, Michigan. 1-1 on the season, has a save to his name, a .248 earned run average, 32 and 2/3 innings pitched. This will be his 11th appearance, 10th out of the bullpen. He has 31 strikeouts to just 9 walks. Allowed 10 runs this season, 9 of them earned, 6 doubles, 2 homers allowed. Opponents hitting .231 against him. He has a 1.13 whip. Hasn't pitched, or he has pitched pretty recently, I should say. Tuesday against Cincinnati. Went an inning, struck out 3 batters in just 16 pitches.
His 10 runs allowed is the lowest among qualified in the MAC. Come in, shut it down.
This one is dribbled to the left side, kind of in between a few guys by Seidel, and he's going to be safe. There's a few interesting things there. That was in between Baker and Krupinski, and Seidel was not running a straight line down to first, kind of going a little bit to the right and left, a little zigzag, zagging to his left to reach the bag in time. He is safe, so on that odd hit, it's going to be runners on the corners for Bowling Green with Caden Parker up the bat.
Yeah, it looked like Seidel thought the ball might have escaped and leaked into left field, but
yeah, it looked like he was trying to round.
Just kind of hit and stopped.
Caden Parker up the bat. First pitch inside, a ball to him. Holding off on Katski's final line. He still has a runner out there responsible for him. DJ Newman over at third. Will go under Katski's line if he does come around to score. Pitch here to Parker, down and outside for a ball. Parker ahead of the count, 2-0. Should note, Caden Parker has now advanced his on-base streak to 20 games with a walk back in the 4th inning. Been consistency getting on base for Bowling Green as Caden Parker swinging and fouling this one off to the right side. Count now goes to 2-1.
The Red Hawk outfield is just still kind of pushing over toward that right field line yet again.
It's been very interesting watching all these defensive positionings by the fielders for the Red Hawks.
They're never in the same spot.
This one dribbled over to the left side. They're going to come home with it. Newman coming home. He's going to barrel into the catcher, David Novak. Newman's helmet flying off, and they're going to get the runner over at third. They're going to get Seidel at third. Newman stumbling a little. Hobble there at home. I mean, Newman had no path at home. The question is, was Novak blocking the entire plate before the ball got there? And I think Halleck might have a valid case at that. And then you look over at third. That's a questionable call there with Sam Seidel diving in. But they're going to say those both hold. We're not going to have a meeting between umpires. Newman's out at home. Seidel's out at third. And that's the end of the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Miami of Ohio leading Bowling Green 3-1.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Making it green is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN.
A message from the US EPA.
BGSU Women's Golf returns to BG for the Dolores Black Falcon Invitational at Stone Ridge Golf Club on Saturday, April 5th and Sunday, April 6th. Falcon Media Sports Network's Kevin Hutchinson will have a recap on bgfalconmedia.com.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
After a bizarre ending to the bottom of the 6th, we head to the top of the 7th. Miami of Ohio still leading Bowling Green 3-1 here at Stellar Field. A new pitcher in for Bowling Green is Nate Kress, the Bowling Green native. Can you tell us a little more about Kress, Coyle?
Yeah, Kress is 2-0 coming into today with a 3.79 ERA. He's been pretty, like I said with Roeder a couple minutes ago, he's just been dependable. He's been a guy, I was talking to you about it yesterday, that sophomore recruiting class from Coach Halleck, guy that comes in, gets innings, gets outs, 17 Ks on the year, only 9 walks, 8 earned runs.
He'll be pitching to the top of the order, Dylan Baker, Ty Banusic, and Evan Applewick. 2-0 start to Baker. Couple final lines to go over. Ty Roeder goes in the inning, gives up 2 hits and 2 runs, both of which are earned, 3 walks across 29 pitches. As Kress comes set, delivers inside for a ball, 3-0. On the other side, Cooper Katsky's day is done officially. 5 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 run, which is earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, a season-high 85 pitches for Katsky. This one runs inside, and it's going to hit Dylan Baker. Tough start to the outing for Nate Kress.
Yeah, it just looks like that ball just ran in on him a little bit. And
I mean, it was already a 3-0 count. It was going to be ball 4 out of the way, whether it hit him or not.
Yeah.
Designated hitter, Ty Banusic.
Still left-hander up there in the bullpen for Bowling Green. Believe that was Luke Krause that was up. Have to imagine that's still him out there. You have the stretch of 3 left-handers in the lineup for the Red Hawks, but that doesn't start till the 6th hitter in Krupinski. That off-speed wildly up and outside by Kress to Banusic. Banusic is 0 for 3 on the day, 2 ground outs to second and ground out to third. Pitch to him, fastball catches the outside corner, nice frame by Garrett Wright. Count moves to 1-1.
You have to think, too, it's got to be going through, Coach Halleck's mind and Coach Remblack's mind. We have 2 full 9-inning games today.
Yeah. You got to manage the staff with that. Fastball catches the outside corner once again. Count moves to 1-2. A huge series here for both teams. They're locked even at the top of the standings, 1 and 2, 10 and 2 each in MAC play. The 1-2 pitch by Kress. This one swung on, grounded to the left side, past Braden Curlis. And it's going to be first and second for Miami with nobody out in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, Curlis made an attempt at it, just a little bit out of his reach. Just yet again another good piece of hitting by the Miami offense.
Not much you could do there. Nate Kress has been solid this season. Tough start to his outing. Here in the top of the 7th, a meeting here between the Red Hawks batters and runners. Nate Kress, he redshirted last season. Like you mentioned, a 3.79 ERA and 2-0 record this year. His first 5 outings of the year were rough. Yeah. He had an 11.82 ERA, 7 runs allowed in 5 1/3, 2 walks to 7 strikeouts, but he allowed 3 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. His past 6 outings, he's been shut down. A .66 ERA, allowed 4 runs, just 1 of which were earned, in 13 2/3 innings pitched across his past 6 outings, allowing 7 walks to 10 strikeouts and just 2 extra base hits and a double and a homer.
Yeah, you have to think too, minus, like you said, the first 6 starts. We could have, almost like the 2-headed snake in him and Penrod.
Yeah.
Really low ERAs, guys that come in and just shut it down.
He pitched Sunday against Central Michigan, went 2 innings, gave up a run, which was not earned. It was unearned. 2 hits, a walk across 36 pitches. This one bunted up the middle, going to be fielded by Kress. He'll flip it over to Birchmeyer for the out. So Applewick is retired. However, runner's going to advance. Baker goes from second to third. Badicic goes from first to second. So the good news, Applewick's out. He's 0 for 4 today. Bad news, 2 runners in scoring position for the Red Hawks with just 1 out in the inning. Miami already up 3-1. Nate Kress going to need to work some magic to get out of this one. Anthony Zarlingo up to bat. First pitch to Zarlingo, outside with the off-speed. Zarlingo today has struck out swinging. He's walked twice. Came around to score back in the top of the 6th. The 1-0 pitch by Kress to Zarlingo, down and inside for a ball, 2-0.
Tyler, I wouldn't be surprised if Miami tried to do something, give Zarlingo a strike. Then I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt, maybe a 2-1 count here.
Especially with Novak on deck. This off-speed catches the zone. Count moves to 2-1. You'd have to think Luke Krause, a good opportunity for him to come in would be if you could, whether you end this inning or not, once you hit Krupinski, those 3 straight left-handers. Bringing the lefty is probably what Halleck's mindset is. We'll have to wait and see if that is. Fouled off at the plate. Count moves to 2-2. 1 out in the top of the 7th. Miami of Ohio leading Bowling Green 3-1. Runner on second for the Red Hawks in the form of Ty Badicic. And the runner on third in the form of Dylan Baker. 2-2 count for Nate Kress on the batter, Anthony Zarlingo. Kress delivers. This misses outside. Count runs full to 3-2. Biggest pitch of the inning upcoming by Nate Kress. He's been phenomenal his past 6 outings for the Orange and Brown. Trying to work his way out of a little trouble here at the top of the 7th. His payoff full count pitch, this one fouled to the back. We'll do it again at 3-2.
Tyler, looking at the scorebook here, all 4 runs in this game have been off of we had home run by Garrett Wright, Novak's home run last inning.
The payoff pitch, down and inside. And the bases are going to be loaded. Not the situation you want to be in if you're Nate Kress here.
David Novak.
David Novak, who already has a 2-run home run on his ledger, comes up to the plate with the bases loaded and 1 out. First pitch to him, all speed, up and outside for a ball. Ideal situation here. If you're Nate Kress, induce a ground ball. Try to flip a double play. Like how Ty Roeder got out of the inning. Mid-at-bat mound visit here by Kyle Halleck. Counts 1-0 with the bases loaded on David Novak. Would be shocked if we have a pitching change here.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Bases loaded, 1 out. The only thing that I would be worried about is going through the, now we're at sec 3, it's 2 arms plus Turner starter. So you gotta have guys left to throw.
Yeah.
Tonight if needed.
I mean, you have to imagine you're not going to want to pitch Penrod today, more than likely.
Yeah.
You'd probably want to save his arm just a little bit if you could, because of the amount of usage that you've had to go to him with.
Yeah.
He's probably on the table if Halleck really needed him.
Yeah.
I don't think Penrod, from the interactions I've had, is the kind of guy to shy away from coming into a game. But I doubt Halleck would want to use him ideally today.
Yeah.
Count 1-0 here on David Novak. This one in the dirt. Count goes to 2-0. Bases loaded for the Redhawks. Anthony Zarlingo at first. Ty Bedusic at second. Dylan Baker at third. 1 out, top of the 7th. Miami leading Bowling Green 3-1. Nate Kress behind David Novak 2-0. Novak already with a 2-run home run today. The 2-0 pitch by Kress down the middle for a strike with the fastball. Kress could use a ground ball here. Help him get out of the inning.
Yeah, Tyler, I'm not sure there's a guy in that Bowling Green dugout that if Halleck gave him the chance that doesn't say, I want that ball.
2-1 pitch. This one swung on and fouled off to the right side. Just like that, Kress has gone from behind in the count 2-0 to back even 2-2. Huge pitch upcoming for Nate Kress against David Novak. The 2-2 pitch from Kress. This one floated to right center field. It's going to be caught by Parker. The throw in going to be cut off by Birchmeyer. The relay home. They got him. They cut off Dylan Baker at the plate, and it's a double play to get out of the inning by Nate Kress. Back-to-back double plays for Bowling Green pitchers. Ty Roeder in the top of the 6th. Nate Kress in the top of the 7th. It stays a 3-1 ball game heading to the 7th inning stretch right here on Falcon Radio.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Miss a BGSU sports broadcast? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to listen to past calls by Falcon Media Sports Network.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
back here at Stellar Field. What a job by the Bowling Green pitchers to get out of those jams in Ty Roeder and Nate Kress. Back-to-back double plays in the top of the 6th, top of the 7th.
Yeah, and I think one of the unsung heroes, that tail end of that top of the 7th, Birchmeyer making a great turn and throw.
Yeah.
No hesitation.
A very underrated fielder out there at first base for Bowling Green. Birchmeyer, big reason why the Falcons got out of that inning and why it's still just a 3-1 game. Red Hawks leading here in the bottom of the 7th. 7-8-9 for Bowling Green. Coop McKenzie, Braden Curlis, Gunnar Antillion. McKenzie ahead in the count, 2-0. Carson Byers still out there on the mound for the Red Hawks. Byers comes set, takes a breath. The 2-0 delivery. Fastball catches the outside corner for a strike. Bowling Green has out-hit Miami 6-4 here today. Red Hawks have an error. Falcons do not. Bowling Green is undefeated, 11-0, when they do not commit an error this season. This pitch misses down and in for a ball, 3-1.
The Miami bullpen is they're all down. Looks like they're letting Byers have it.
I believe that's still Luke Krause up in the Bowling Green bullpen. He's been up for a few innings now. As this one misses inside. 4-4. It'll be a leadoff walk for Coop McKenzie. And the first walk of the outing for Carson Byers. Third walk overall by Red Hawks pitchers. Braden Curlis steps into the box. Curlis has walked in single today. This one in the dirt. Nice stop by Novak. Curlis starts ahead in the count, 1-0. Big swing and a miss by Curlis at the plate. Wanted all of that one. Does not get any of it, and the count goes even to 1-1. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Miami leading Bowling Green 3-1. Runner on first in the form of Coop McKenzie. The 1-1 pitch to Curlis, up high by Carson Byers. Count goes 2-1.
Not too long of a lead over there at first for McKenzie either. Just kind of making sure Byers doesn't have a reason to throw over there.
Byers comes set, deep breath, 2-1 delivery. Catches the inside corner for a strike. Count goes to 2-2. McKenzie, just one stolen base on 2 attempts this season. Not the biggest speed threat by any means. This one misses up high. Count goes full. To 3-2. Byers from the stretch, delivers home, got the inside corner. Curlis tried to back out of the way of it, but it caught the inside corner, and he's down looking for the first out of the inning. First strikeout of the outing for Carson Byers.
Yeah, it looked like Curlis felt like he had to get out of the way, and it felt like it ran a little bit in on him. But
and that was the second pitch of the at-bat in the same exact spot that he did that he tried to back away from, and it was called a strike by home plate umpire Donald Smith both times. Bottom of the order, and Gunnar Antillion dribbles this up the middle, fielded by Baker at short. He'll step on second and send it over to Applewick at first for an inning-ending double play. We head to the top of the 8th. Red Hawks leading the Falcons 3-1 right here at Stellar Field on Falcon Radio. Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU student media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com.
Falcon baseball continues their weekend series against Miami, Ohio on Saturday, April 5th. Tune in to Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavlitz and Caden Knapp at 12:45 for pregame and 1 p.m. for first pitch on Falcon Radio.
New pitcher on the mound for Bowling Green is Luke Kraus. Nate Kress's day is over. We'll get you his final line in a second. Luke Kraus on the season is a junior left-hander, 6'2", 199 from Antwerp, Ohio. His third season with the Falcons. 2-0, a 5.06 ERA, 10 1/3 innings pitched. This will be his 9th appearance, all out of the bullpen. 11 strikeouts to 3 walks, 5 doubles and a homer allowed. Opponents hitting .378 against him, a 1.88 whip for Luke Kraus. Last pitched on Friday against Central Michigan. Went a third of an inning, walked a batter, and threw 10 pitches. First left-handed arm into the game from the bullpen for Bowling Green. And he will face 3 straight lefties: Dominic Krupinski, Ryan Novak, and Tommy Harrison.
Tyler, like we were talking about off air, Kraus is quickly becoming another one of the high leverage guys.
Yeah.
Just another, same with Roeder and Kress. Tight games, late innings. It'll be interesting to see how Coach Halleck plays these next 2 innings of tonight's game.
And he's also a guy that can get you some long relief if you need it. Final line for Kress in a second, as this one's flown out to center field by Krupinski and fielded by Tack. It's 1 pitch, 1 out for Luke Kraus. Final line for Nate Kress. He goes an inning, gives up a hit, does not allow a run. Walks the batter across 21 pitches.
The left fielder, Ryan Novak.
First pitch to Ryan Novak from Luke Kraus. Fastball right down the middle for a strike. Talked about the late inning comebacks for Bowling Green in the pregame, as it's now 1-1 on Novak. The 1-1 pitch misses for a ball, 2-1. Bowling Green this season is 6-6 when trailing after 7 innings. So they're a team that has proven they can come back late in these games. We'll see if they have a little more magic left in them, but it all starts with holding this deficit right where it is at 2 runs. Count has gone to 3-1 on Ryan Novak. The next pitch misses up and in for a ball. 5-pitch walk to Ryan Novak gives the Red Hawks a 1-out base runner.
That is the 9th walk by the Falcon pitchers today. Plus the hit by pitch of Buzzio.
Kind of the opposite of where it had been trending.
Yeah.
For Bowling Green pitchers over the past couple of weeks. They'd really cut down on those walks for the most part. Bunt showed here by Buzzio goes to the backstop. Trying to advance Novak from first to second. The 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss on the off speed by Tommy Harrison. Harrison has struck out swinging, singled, and walked here today. He's down the count 0-2 with 1 out in the top of the 8th. Runner on first in the form of Ryan Novak. The payoff pitch here. This one dribbled foul to the right side. We'll do it again at 0-2. Luke Krause comes set from the stretch. The left-hander looks over to first, delivers to the plate. Fouled off to the right side once again.
This is actually a pinch hitter, Tyler. Freshman.
Oh, it is. Good eye
Freshman
there.
outfielder Drew Phillips comes in to bat for Tommy Harrison. I was looking at my book wondering, am I out of order?
Drew Phillips sends this one up the middle. Liner right towards TJ Tackett's. And that is the second out of the inning. So Phillips retired in his first at-bat today. He'll take over for Harrison in right field when we switch over to the bottom half of the inning.
The second baseman, Blake Buzzio.
Luke Krause has been very solid for Bowling Green in his past 5 outings. A .257 earned run average, 2 runs allowed in 7 innings as we have a pickoff attempt just to keep the attention of Novak. 8 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts for Krause over his past 5 outings. He has allowed a few extra base hits, though, 4 doubles, a triple, and a home run. This one popped up to the right side. Garrett Wright and Birchmeyer both chasing after it, but it goes into the stands. Buzzio will start from behind in the count 0-1.
Buzzio did roll over into that double play at the end of the 6th.
0-1 count on Buzzio. Check swing at the plate. Appeal down to first base umpire Joshua McNally. Says he did not go around. Count goes to 1-1. This up and in here. And it hits off of Buzzio. And fielded by Garrett Wright. And he fires down to second. And they get Novak.
Good recovery by Wright.
That was an odd, right off of the glove of Garrett Wright, went into Buzzio, picked it up, fired down a missile to second, and Novak was dead to right. Second runner caught stealing by Garrett Wright today. And we head to the bottom of the 8th. Bowling Green still just down by 2, 3-1, right here on Falcon Radio.
BG Women's Tennis hits the road to battle Northern Illinois on Friday, April 4th at 1 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network will have a recap of the match on bgfalconmedia.com.
Hey, BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat here. When I was a Falcon, there was BGRSO. Now it's Falcon Media Sports Network. Keep up with all BGSU sports news and action by following BG_FMSN on Twitter/X and check out BGFalconmedia.com. Hi, Ziggy.
Back here at Stellar Field, Tyler Kablitz alongside Coyle Withrow from the Falcon Media Sports Network. And Coyle, Bowling Green's going to get back into this one. It's going to be right here in the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order for Bowling Green, and TJ Tackett's hit by a pitch. Looks like it caught his elbow.
Yeah, it looked like it
did not. Almost a little hunched over there. Still looks uncomfortable down there at first.
Looks like it almost got him right in the side of his arm,
yeah.
Forearm, elbow area. It's not a...
Halleck standing out of the dugout, making sure he's going to walk over to Tackett's. Tackett's still walking around that bag a little bit. Still in some pain down there at first. That's not what you want to see. Halleck going to take his long way around home plate, taking his time to buy some time for Tackett. Up to bat will be Garrett Wright. Tackett's still trying to move it right. He's in considerable pain down there, trying to do a throwing motion, making sure he can still do everything. And he's going to stay in the game. Does not look comfortable, though.
No, as somebody that's been hit there plenty of times, it doesn't feel good, regardless of how hard or how slow it's coming.
So Halleck going to make his way back to the dugout.
The catcher, Garrett.
And Garrett Wright will be up to bat as the game-tying run here in the bottom of the 8th with T.J. Tackett on first. Wright has homered today. Back in the 4th. Bowling Green's only run. Pops this one up. It's going to stay in the infield. Coming in is Dylan Baker from short. Makes the catch. Takes one pitch to retire Garrett Wright for the first out of the inning. Do the math. Bowling Green now down to 5 outs.
Yeah, but like I've said the whole week, you gotta get 27. I mean, it's been,
and that's something that Halleck and the entire coaching staff has echoed. That it's hard to get 27 outs on this team, and they've proven it.
Yeah.
Comeback win after comeback win this year. They're trying to pull off another one here today. DJ Newman steps into the box. Pickoff attempt. Tackett's back in time. Byers fired that one over to first. It was a slower pickoff attempt. Kind of leaned over to first before firing a missile. First pitch to Newman. Up and inside for a ball. Newman today has flown out to right field, singled, and doubled. He has a stolen base on his ledger as well. The 1-0 pitch to DJ. High and outside for a ball, 2-0. You'd love for Newman to get one to give a ride here. We'll see how Byers pitches to him with Birchmeyer on deck. The 2-0 pitch. Off speed, catches the outside corner for a strike. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. 3-1, Miami of Ohio leading Bowling Green here at Stellar Field. First of 2 games, a doubleheader today in Bowling Green. Standing on first is T.J. Tackett. Carson Byers with a 2-1 count on DJ Newman. His pitch fouled off to the back netting by Newman, and the count goes even to 2-2. Brady Birchmeyer awaits on deck for Bowling Green.
I think the biggest thing here for Newman is just don't try to do too much. Just keep the line moving like BG has all year.
Byers taking his time. The left-hander comes set, deep breath, now goes back over to first. Pickoff attempt. Applewick had to move off the bag a little bit to grab it. So Byers will reset on the mound from the stretch. The left-hander now comes set once again. His 2-2 pitch to DJ Newman. This one lined into right field. Tackett's going to go past second. Going to go towards third. Sliding in. He's safe. TJ Tackett's aggressive base running goes first to third on the single into right field by DJ Newman. And the Falcons, with runners on the corners in the bottom of the 8th, Newman the game-tying run over at first.
Tackett's was looking 3 out of 3 once that ball got through. Just didn't stop running.
Yeah. He never even really looked back. I didn't see him. He just kept going. Halleck's talked about it, the IQ that Tackett's has, the baseball IQ, especially on the base pass, is so high. Not just for a sophomore, but for any collegiate baseball player, and you saw it right there. First pitch to Brady Birchmeyer. Check swing. Up high. Wisely held back. Called a ball. He'll start ahead of the count 1-0. If you're just tuning in, Miami of Ohio leading Bowling Green 3-1. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Runners on the corners for the Falcons. 1-out count on Birchmeyer with 1 out in the inning. That one called a strike on the outside corner. That wasn't the closest one that we've seen here today. But either way, the count's 1-1. This off speed right down the middle for a strike. 1-2. Birchmeyer hasn't looked like he's been seeing the ball the best today. 2 strikeouts and a flyout to left field. DJ Newman, the game-tying run, stands at first. TJ Tackett's 90 feet away from scoring down at third. Carson Byers, 1-2 count, delivers to the plate. Fastball, got him. Brady Birchmeyer goes down without a swing in the at-bat. His 3rd strikeout of the day, his 2nd looking. Just a rough day for Birchmeyer at the plate in game 1 of the doubleheader. There's now 2 outs in the inning. Bowling Green down to 4 outs total. Sam Seidel coming up to bat.
The second baseman, Sam Seidel.
Seidel had the walk-off hit against, was it Purdue Fort Wayne in that 19-18 marathon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is
the one that was bobbled over at second.
Yep. He's been here before.
This one in the dirt for a ball to Sam Seidel. Lefty-lefty matchup here. The left-handed Carson Byers pitching to the left-handed Sam Seidel. Seidel, one of 2 lefties in the lineup, along with TJ Tackett's for the Falcons. This one up and in. Caught Seidel. Bases going to be loaded for Bowling Green after the hit by pitch on Seidel. Seidel goes to first. Newman goes to second. Tackett's goes to third. Caden Parker coming up to the plate. This is the opportunity for Bowling Green. This is their chance.
This is the best chance for scoring they've had. Really,
this is really the best chance they're going to have, I think.
Really, either
3-1
had all night. It's just got to get something through.
3-1. Bases loaded. Miami out. 2 outs in the inning. Byers steps off. He'll reset at the mound. Sam Seidel at first. DJ Newman at second. TJ Tackett's at third. Caden Parker today has struck out swinging, walked, and reached safely on a fielder's choice. Byers comes set, delivers to the plate. First pitch up high to Caden Parker for a ball.
Big league by Seidel up there at first. First baseman playing behind him.
This one catches the outside corner to Caden Parker, count 1-1. Caden Parker this season is 2 for 6 with the bases loaded. The 1-1 pitch to Parker, swinging, jammed him, popped up behind the plate. Chasing after it is Novak, and he makes the catch in foul territory. Bowling Green strands 3 runners. They leave the bases loaded. We head to the top of the 9th. Miami of Ohio leading the Falcons 3-1 right here on Falcon Radio.
BGSU softball plays their first 2 games of a weekend series against Northern Illinois on Saturday, April 5th. The Falcon Media Sports Network's Henry Costco will have a recap available on bgfalconmedia.com.
Ever wanted to hear what a BGSU coach or player says after a game? Head over to the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel to watch post-game press conferences for all BGSU home volleyball, soccer, football, hockey, and basketball games.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Back here at Stellar Field, Bowling Green had the bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th. They leave them stranded, all 3 runners. And we head to the top of the 9th. Still on the mound for Bowling Green is Luke Kraus. This one driven down left field but foul after a first pitch ball to Blake Buzzio. Buzzio leading off here after Ryan Novak was caught stealing to end the top of the 8th. Buzzio was up to bat. He has a 1-1 count on him. Luke Kraus working fast on the mound. This one lined into right field, diving, and Caden Parker couldn't come up with it. Parker made a nice effort, couldn't come up with the ball on the diving attempt. And it's going to be a leadoff single for Blake Buzzio here on the top of the 9th. And that'll bring us to the top of the order with Dylan Baker.
Parker was almost there. It looked like he was just half step behind it.
Krause's first pitch to Baker. This one deep left center field, drifting towards left field. And DJ Newman's going to watch it sail out of here. A 2-run home run for Dylan Baker puts Miami of Ohio up 5-1 over Bowling Green in the top of the 9th. Three RBIs on the game for Dylan Baker.
Yeah, he just got a hold of that ball. Almost more of a courtesy jog out there and left by Newman.
Yeah, I mean, no real shot of that one sailing into the trees. Same thing with Broder, just a mistake pitch there by Luke Kraus. And not much you can do about it once you throw it.
Yep.
He has Ty Badicic down in the count 0-2. As he lofts this one to the left field, that's going to get down fair. Newman chases after it, but it's going to be a stand-up double for Badicic. And once again, the Red Hawks bats coming alive, and that's not what you want to see. DJ Newman is walking off the field. Newman had a tough collision at home plate, and Zach Horkey's going to replace him in left field. Newman will exit the game. You could see when he went to chase after that ball, he was laboring a little bit. He was not giving it a full sprint. Have to hope that DJ Newman is okay. But it'll be Zach Corky in left field for the rest of the game for Bowling Green.
Yeah, he did take off a little gingerly toward that ball and left. Just kind of.
I mean, if you look back at that collision at home, he took a while to get up and didn't look fully there ready when he got back up. It was a tough collision. Hopefully, you have to hope he didn't tweak anything. Don't want to speculate. Luke Kraus, 0-1 on Evan Applewick, and he hit him. Hit him in the knee. A 2-run home run We're going back to the start of the inning. A single by Blake Buzzio. 2-run home run by Dylan Baker. A double by Ty Badusic, which sent DJ Newman out of the game after he came up, just voluntarily taking himself out of the game after he was laboring running towards the ball. And then Applewick now hit by a pitch. That'll prompt a mound meeting between Garrett Wright, Birchmeyer, Seidel, Antillian, and Curlis, with Krause at the mound. No, Krause will face Anthony Zarlingo. Turning into a disaster top of the ninth here for Bowling Green. Not much more you can say about that than a little bit of worst case scenario right now for the Falcons. Bunt shown. Off speed, catches the outside corner.
Zarlingo officially is 0 for 1 today with 3 walks and a strikeout swinging. I haven't been really giving him anything to hit.
Showing bunt once again. Lays it down, but foul. Count 0-2. We'll see how aggressive he is with the bunt. Still nobody out here in the top of the ninth. Luke Krause comes set. Delivers to the plate. Swung on. Flown out left field. Going into foul territory. Horky and Curlis can't get it. We'll do it again at 0-2.
Antillian in tow shortly behind him, too. All 3 defenders on that left side of the field kind of just crashed in on it.
Still no 2 count on Anthony Zarlingo. He shows bunt, lays it down. Going to be fielded by Krause. He'll go to first in time. That was a close one at first, but Krause got it there just in time. Looked like he took a look at second. Possibly wanted to go there before going to first to get the out.
That was probably a little bit closer than it should have been, but Krause has a strong enough arm that it's all really a moot point.
Advancing to third from second is Ty Badusic, and advancing from first to second is Evan Applewick. Pitch from Krause, big swing and a miss by David Novak at the plate. Novak has a 2-run home run today. He has also walked and flown out to right twice. Krause's next pitch, this one chopped to the left side, fielded by Curlis, and it'll be thrown home. And Badusic will be out at the plate by a good 15 feet, right, tagging him out. Nice play over there at third by Braden Curlis. Novak will reach safely on the fielder's choice.
Third baseman, Dominic Krapinski.
That'll bring up Dominic Krupinski. First pitch to him. This is for a ball. Runners on first and second for the Redhawks with 2 outs in the inning now. They lead Bowling Green 5-1 here in the top of the ninth. Krause now throws in a strike. Count goes to 1-1. The 1-1 pitch by Krause. This one flown out left center field fairly deep. Horky going back, tracking it, makes the catch as he approaches the warning track, and that'll end the inning, but not before Miami of Ohio tacks on 2 more to the scoreboard. They now lead Bowling Green 5-1. Falcons down to their final 3 outs when we come back right here on Falcon Radio.
It's your home, it's your dream, it's so
Making it green is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN.
A message from the US EPA.
Don't have time to tune into a BGSU sports broadcast? Falcon Media Sports Network will have you covered with live updates of home BGSU athletic events. To follow along, head over to @BG_FMSN on Twitter X.
Bowling Green down to their final 3 outs here at Stellar Field, looking to continue their 4-game winning streak and stay atop the MAC standings. First game of a doubleheader between the Falcons and the Redhawks here at Stellar Field. Both these teams locked at first place in the standings at 10-2 in conference play. Miami, Ohio leading Bowling Green 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Cooper McKenzie will lead things off, the designated hitter for the Falcons, the 7-hole hitter. Braden Curlis is going to be pinch hit for by Gavin Gannon. Gannon will be on deck. And the Falcons need to put together a miracle rally here at the bottom of the 9th to keep this win streak alive and stay atop the MAC standings. Fouled off to the right side, first pitch by Cooper McKenzie. Carson Byers still out there on the mound for the Redhawks. Both these teams tied at 7 hits apiece, but Miami's had the more impactful ones. Misses outside, count goes to 1-1. McKenzie does not have a hit today, 0 for 2. Ground out to third, ground out to short, and a walk. The 1-1 pitch misses up high for a ball by Byers. Miami set up in a good position for the second game. They've had to use just 2 pitchers here today. Bowling Green has gone through 4. Byers misses outside. Novak tried to frame it. Couldn't get the call from home plate umpire Donald Smith. And the count moves to 3-1 on Cooper McKenzie. Byers delivers the 3-1 pitch. Foul to the back netting. The count goes full to 3-2.
The Miami outfield is playing fairly straight up. Just a little, maybe 10-foot shade toward the right field line.
The full count pitch is skied foul to the right side. We'll do it again at 3-2.
Does look like McKenzie's just a hair late on the fastball.
Byers comes set. The left-hander late kick delivery to the plate. This one grounded to short, fielded by Dylan Baker. Throws across the diamond for the first out of the inning. Bowling Green down to their final 2 outs. Gavagan will now pinch hit for Braden Curlis.
Pinch hitting for Curlis, a senior from Blissfield, Michigan, number 14, Gavin Gannon.
Gavagan has been described as by Kyle Halleck as the strongest guy on the team. Gannon batting .310 this season. He's had a strikeout problem, though. 34 strikeouts this year. Tied for the MAC lead. He went 5 for 9 with 6 runs batted in, 2 home runs last season in 3 games against Miami. Looks at 2 balls to start the at-bat. Gannon has struck out in all but 3 games this season, 11 multi-strikeout games this season. He does have 4 home runs and 4 doubles. This misses down and inside for another ball, 3-0. Byers struggling to find the zone against Gavin Gannon. Carson Byers comes set. The left-hander delivers to the plate. Down and inside, a 4-pitch walk to Gavin Ganun. And that'll bring up Gunnar Antillion, the 9-hole hitter for Bowling Green. And this is the chance for the Falcons. Do or die time for Bowling Green coming up. If Gunnar Antillion can get on, sets it up for the top of the order. And if Tackett's were to get on, it would bring up the game tying run and Garrett Wright. A lot needs to happen before we get to that point, though. First pitch to Antillion, misses inside for a ball. Just the second walk by Byers. He has hit a batter or two. And this one catches the outside corner for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. 1 out, bottom of the ninth. Bowling Green trailing Miami of Ohio 5-1. Runner on first in the form of Gavin Ganun. Pitch down and outside to Gunnar Antillion for a ball. Count moves to 2-1. TJ Tackett's the leadoff hitter for the Falcons, awaits on deck. This pitch misses inside for a ball. 3-1. Control starting to waver for Carson Byers.
Miami second baseman Blake Buzzio is set up right on that outer cut of the grass, right in shallow right field. Trying to be in the position to turn it to if the ball comes right to him, give him enough time to.
Buzzio's pitch count is up to 44. Or not Buzzio. Carson Byers' pitch count is up to 44. So fatigue may be starting to set in for the lefty.
3 1/3.
This misses down and outside. So back-to-back walks by Carson Byers. Just like that, Bowling Green has a little life here in the bottom of the ninth. TJ Tackett's coming up to the plate, but we'll have a mound visit before then. Good likelihood we see a pitching change here. We'll have to see.
I do believe they're just buying time for what looks like to be one of their closers getting up because he just stood up off that bench.
Seems like they are going to give Byers a chance to finish it off.
Just give him a backup plan.
Byers could get the save
if
he does finish the game out because he has pitched at least 3 innings. If you finish the last 3+ innings of a game, you do get credit with a save. If the team gets the win. Little odd quirk in baseball right there. Makes this sport so special. Back to the top of the order with TJ Tackett's. First pitch to Tackett's up high for a ball. This is kind of reminiscent to how they loaded the bases last inning with a lot of patience at the plate. They just weren't able to capitalize then. We'll see if they can have better fortunes here. Tackett's 1 hit on the day. Looks at a ball down low. 2-0 count on TJ Tackett's. He has grounded out to grounded out to first, grounded out to second, singled, and been hit by a pitch today. Byers' 2-0 pitch to Tackett's. Tackett's a little bit of a check swing. Looks it in for a strike. Count goes to 2-1. 1 out, bottom of the ninth. Bowling Green trailing Miami of Ohio 5-1. Runner on first is Gunnar Antillion. Runner on second is Gavin Ganun. The pitch to Tackett's check swing. Did he go? He did not on the appeal to third base umpire Lou Kammermeyer. And the count moves to 3-1. Tackett's a patient hitter at the plate. Three-one pitch, check swing. Did he go? Did not. Ball 4. And that's going to bring up Garrett Wright, The game-tying run for the Falcons is at the plate with 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. 3 straight walks by Carson Byers.
Wright has a couple hard hit balls today already. The home run to left field in the 4th. Be a big moment for a big time guy like Garrett Wright.
And they're gonna let him pitch to Garrett Wright, who already has, like you mentioned, the home run in this game. First pitch to Garrett Wright with the bases loaded. Inside for a strike. Garrett Wright this season is 0 for 1 with the bases loaded. Just 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Pitch to Wright. This one lined through the infield to right field. 1 scores in Gannon. They're going to hold up Antillion at third. And Bowling Green now down by just 3, 5-2. The game-winning run now at the plate in the form of Zach Horkey.
Station to station, just try to keep the stick moving, get the next guy up.
The left fielder, Zach Horkey.
Oh, he's the one who came in, wasn't he?
Yeah, he came in for the one when he was hurt.
First pitch to Horkey. Fastball catches the outside corner for a strike. So, Gunnar Antillion stands at third. TJ Tackett stands at second. Over at first is Garrett Wright. Wright is the game-tying run. At the plate, and Horkey's the game-winning run. And this one is popped straight up. Infield fly called as it's towards the right side of the infield. Going to be fielded by Buzzio, the second baseman, for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Brady Birchmeyer, and had a rough game so far, but in terms of power, I don't think there's anyone else that Kyle Halleck would want up at the plate right now other than Brady Birchmeyer.
Yeah, Birchmeyer's 3 strikeouts on the day, but he has the power to do damage. This is a huge spot.
You want redemption. This is Brady Birchmeyer's chance at redemption here today.
He is the winning run at the plate here.
Falcons will take anything to keep the inning alive. Sam Seidel waits on deck. First pitch to Birchmeyer in the dirt for a ball. Byers can't really pitch around Birchmeyer with the bases loaded. Brady ahead in the count 1-0. The pitch, this one grounded to the left side of the infield. Hits Krupinski's chest. He regains control, throws over to first. Nice pick by Applewick, and that will be the end of the game. Miami of Ohio defeats Bowling Green 5-2 here in the first game of the doubleheader. We'll take a short break, come back with you to recap this one, and tee you up for the second game of the doubleheader in about 30 minutes. You are listening to BGSU Baseball right here on Falcon Radio.
Falcon softball play the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame on Wednesday, April 9th at 5 p.m. Falcon Media Sports Network's Henry Costco will have a recap available on bgfalconmedia.com.
Are you a fan of BG Falcon Media and the Falcon Media Sports Network? You can show your support for BGSU Student Media by donating at the bottom of the page of stories on bgfalconmedia.com. Back here at Stellar Field on Falcon Radio. Tyler Cavlitz alongside Coyle Withrow for the Falcon Media Sports Network. Missed opportunities, the story of the game for Bowling Green. They load the bases in the 8th and the 9th. Unable to score enough. In the end, they only score 1 run out of those scenarios, and they fall 5-3 to Miami of Ohio in the first game here. What do you notice throughout this one, Coyle? What are your major takeaways?
Outside of Wright's home run in the 4th, we really didn't have any big hits. We had the runners on. We got the chances. We were never able to put it together and string. We got the first 3 hits, 3 walks. We never got that 4th.
Yeah. Ty Roeder takes the loss for Bowling Green. He pitches an inning, gives up 2 hits, 2 runs, both of which are earned. Walks 3 batters, 29 pitches. Cooper Katsky will take the win. 5 in the 3rd innings pitched, 5 hits, allowed just 1 run, which was earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He throws 85, a season high. And Carson Byers, unique 3-inning save. Finishes the last 3 2/3 innings, gives up 3 hits, a run, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 60 pitches. He takes the save for the Red Hawks. And, just missed opportunities for Bowling Green. A few things falling out of it. You have to hope that DJ Newman is okay, leaving the game after taking himself out of it, after chasing a ball in left field. And it'll be interesting to also see who Bowling Green throws in this second game of the doubleheader.
Yeah, you've already burned through Roeder, Kress, and Kraus. There's, wearing pretty thin.
Definitely are. So, the second game of the doubleheader will start at about 2:45. So, give or take about 40-ish minutes from now. And it will not be on Falcon Radio. It'll be over on WBGU 88.1 FM. Reminder, that can be streamed on the bgfalconmedia.com website, or you can go to the traditional radio and turn your dial over to 88.1 FM to listen to that. But Coyle and I will be on the call with you for that one as well. Before we go off the air here from the first game, want to send a huge thank you to Holden Rock back in the Falcon Radio studio at the Kulin Center for getting us on air. Did a great job as always, Holden. Appreciate it. Maybe better luck with the trivia next time for you back there in the studio. But we will take a quick break here. We'll be back on the airwaves. Give it about 2:30-ish, 2:35-ish, somewhere around there over on WBGU 88.1 FM. This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconmedia.com.